chosen breed. You don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Your team better, but they lack skill. First snap, I lay your backs in the backfield. Your quarterback scared, I see it in his eyes. Sent the receiver in motion, that's just a disguise. My linebackers, they stepping up. Clog a hole, no letting up. Taking on them big blocks. On fourth down, we get big stops. My secondary is balling out. Your offense keeps stalling out. How many yards? Like none at all. Cause special teams come punt the ball and it's gone. And you never see me fair catch. I get a block and then I'm gone like a Lear jet. My helmet on, pass strap tight. My jersey shining in them Friday night lights. Win.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Red Zone channel. I'm Kevin Hastings. Dennis Davis is here with me along today, and we're going to have some live scores coming up. Shelby and Thomas Jefferson started off just a little bit earlier. We'll get you those scores here in just a minute. We're going to first send you out to we'll go to Crest and Crane. We'll start off there, folks. How about that? And we'll catch up with Rob Roop and Brent Pasco tonight out there. Let's see what they got going on.
Yard line.
It's a 14-yard run that time, and fourth. See Simon Cowell first down on this drive.
Two receivers left, two to the right now for Crest. They put a man in motion, take the snap. Husky's going to keep the football this time. Excuse me, that's a Green. He gives it to Green. Green's going to be stacked up. And it looks like we got a player down, Brent, for the Storm.
Yeah, it might be time for a quick injury timeout. So we'll be back right after this.
You know, for 41 years, S&M Sports Shop in Shelby has been serving our area with the finest.
Is being wiped away. Boston Flores penalty flag there. Well, the good news for Chase is that they still get a first down. They're just going to take off some yardage there on the penalty, so it'll actually place the ball just beyond the 50-yard line. But again, it's a Meeple Polito first down for the Chase Trojans.
Let's see if the East defense, they can stay one-on-one on the wide receiver for Chase there. I know Chase probably likes that matchup.
Going to go to the air far side of the field. It is called at the 42-yard line. Gets by the defense, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, all the way to the house. And Chase has struck quickly in this football game.
Yeah, that's the problem, having to stay one-on-one on the outside with some of the Chase wide receivers there. I know East wants to pack the box because they know Marquise McCombs is a threat there, but when you leave those wide receivers one-on-one, those kind of things can happen. That was just a short pitch and catch there, and he took it to the house.
So a pass play that goes for 49 yards, a 49-yard touchdown pass from McSwain. And they're going to go for two here, the back corner of the end zone. And it is incomplete. It was a valiant effort, Mosley, as he was going out of the back corner of the end zone. But even if he caught it, he was not in the end zone. So that two-point conversion is no good. On the Stanton Enterprise McDonald's scoreboard, home of the world-famous fries, 8:37 to go in the first quarter. It is Chase 6, East Rutherford nothing. We'll be back right after this timeout on Downtown Radio.
Correct? Yes, he is. So he gains 9. He gets out to the 34-yard line on that play.
And I can tell that when you run that kind of read option, if you do it well, it's so hard to tell who has the ball, David.
Well, they're trying to fool the defense, and they fool the broadcasters half the time, too.
Very much so.
Levoncott back. Hands off this time to Trey Stinson. Stinson works his way forward, and he'll have a first down for Newton Conover as he gets out over the 35-yard line.
Is that 24?
To the 39.
24.
Yeah, Trey Stinson.
Yeah.
5'10" running back, senior.
He saw, Luonghot saw the defensive end crashed out on him, so he just gives him the ball right up the middle, and that's going to be first down yardage, first down of the game for Newton Conover.
Textbook option offense. Luonghot back in the shotgun. Hands off. Nope, keeps it himself. He's going up the middle. He gets corralled, though, but not before he gets out near midfield, and another first down. He faked the handoff on what looked like a jet sweep to Ty Miller coming across the formation. Kept it himself and went right up the middle. There was a pretty good opening.
Yeah, that's going to give him 20 yards rushing so far. So 3 plays all on the ground.
And they do mark it at midfield, so that'll be another Turner Hauser first down for Newton Conover.
Yeah, I gave him 11 on that carry, so ball right at midfield, David.
Double stack formation on each side, wide receiver wise. Luonghot hands off to Stinson up the middle. He breaks one tackle, but then gets corralled, brought down at the 45-yard line.
So it looks like it's going to be a steady diet of Luonghot and Stinson on this drive, but if it's working, why go away from it?
Tackle by Will Blackburn, number 22, if I'm seeing that correctly. And there is every chance I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
So we are a long way from the field.
Yeah, we are.
Hand off to Stinson. He's going over the right side, works his way between linemen, gets a couple yards before he's finally turned back by Kamani Heath on defense for the Wolves.
That's who I had the stick. He read it pretty nice, got up there, got penetration, and that's going to make it the first third down that Newton Conover has faced.
Yeah, it'll be 3rd and 3. They worked their way to the Wolves' 43-yard line.
Yeah, it's been 5 plays on this drive, and they've all been runs, David.
Well, if it's working, don't change.
That's correct.
Luonghot in the shotgun. He's got Stinson next to him. He keeps it, goes around the right side. He's got an opening. He's free out in space. He gets over the 30-yard line, but there's a flag back at the 34. We'll have to see if there's holding on the wide receiver. He had a lineman in front of him, and he had a wide receiver out blocking. And I think they're going to get the wide receiver for a holding call.
Yeah, that was 3rd down and 3. Looks like the hold is at the 33-yard line, so it'll be 10 yards back from there.
Oh, they're calling holding on. Oh, wait, he's signaled the wrong way. It's holding on. He initially signaled to Lincolnton.
So that's going to be a de facto 1-yard penalty. It's 1 yard back. Because they call, that's what they do, beyond the line of scrimmage. It's from the spot of the foul. So 1 yard penalty, and they'll do it again, David. 3rd down, looks like about 7. Maybe that was about a 4-yard penalty. Check that.
Yeah, 3rd and about 7. So Luonghot now back to pass. Turns out he's left-handed. He's scrambling around and back. He throws it over the middle, and it just falls harmlessly to the turf. But he was being chased by a couple of the Wolves there, especially number.
So that's going to do it for the Newton Conover drive, which was pretty promising on the ground. But I tell you what, David, penalties will kill you. Negated that big run from Luonghot.
Yeah, Thomas Heath was the one in there pressuring Luonghot.
When they had
him running, at least he was running to the side he throws from, but still, there wasn't anybody open downfield.
On the play before, I really liked the offset eye. Ran to the right side. I wouldn't mind seeing them do that again, but incomplete pass, they'll punt. Not sure who the punter is.
Jason Brawley into punt for Newton Conover. 7 punts, averaging about 34 a kick. Fair catch is made. And is that a marker or just where it was caught?
I think it's a beanbag down there.
Okay, it's a beanbag. So it was caught by Phelps, but they'll be inside their own 20-yard line. He had to come up and make the catch, and they'll start at just over the 15-yard line.
So Newton Conover on that last drive did run 7 plays and got a couple first downs. But Lincoln's defense, as you said, David, they've been relying on that tough defense, and they hunkered down there and got a stop.
So Boston's the last one into the huddle. Calls the play. And we'll have 2 wide receivers to the right and 2 to the left. Only Heath in the backfield with Bost. Bost looks, quick out. He's got a wide receiver out. It's Phelps. He's making some moves. breaks one tackle and finally gets swarmed under, but he's close to a first down. Depends on where they spot it, his forward progress.
So that was Phelps on that reception. Yeah, some nifty moves, and that's just getting your athlete out in space. Couldn't see the Newton Conover defender who got him, but they gang tackled him. They're going to give Phelps a gain of 8.
Yeah, and Harrison Young that we pointed out earlier making a tackle just went off with his helmet off. Went off slowly, so subs will be in for him.
Got Phelps for 2 catches for 20 yards, David.
He's right about his average. He's been averaging about 10 per catch. Boss keeps it, tries to work to the outside, but he's going to lose yardage on that play. He tried to go up the middle, then tried to bounce it outside. That didn't work, and he was brought down at the 20-yard line, so there'll be a loss of about 3 or 4 on that play.
Yeah, it was at the 24 back to the 20. So Bost goes backwards, and he's at -6 yards. He's not been able to get going tonight yet, David. As a Newton Conover penetration up front, as I said, tackles for loss. That's their third tackle for loss already, David.
So that makes it 3rd and 5 at the 20-yard line. Again, same formation, 2 wide receivers each side. Newton sits back, quick throw. It won't be a double throw. Kind of looked like it was going to be backwards a little bit. Throw was to Anthony Odom. He caught the ball. He had a blocker out in front of him, but he also had 3 Newton Conover defenders. And they had too many people there for them to get very far, and David, there was no gain.
I'm going to call that a rush. I think that was a lateral, and it was actually thrown backwards, and they're going to move it back about a yard.
Okay.
So,
when I first saw the play, I wondered if we were going to see a lateral and another pass.
Sometimes the official will signal. I just didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, but it looked like a backward pass, so that will go on the stat sheet as a rush. 4 tackles for loss, David.
So Peyton Rangel will punt for Lincolnton. He kicks it, gets it out to about the 48-yard line. So Newton Conover will start their second possession in Lincolnton territory at the 48.
So in plus territory, yeah, you're right, David. So that's a Newton Conover at the Lincolnton 48 and start.
Kramer. Rockmore's going to run his offense back out there. Mark Odell in the backfield with him. 1 receiver to the right, 3 to the left. Big turnover there by the defense of Stuart Kramer. Trying to get the football situated. Chris had one of theirs on the sideline, running it back across the way now. So now we're ready to get things started. Appreciate you joining us for this WinstonSales.com broadcast of high school football. Rockmore with a hard count again, trying to see if he can get Crest to jump. He's going to take the snap. He drops back. Crest is going to be in the backfield with him again, and another big sack there by the Chargers. See Day Pettis in there. Also, number 88 for Crest, Deshaun Corey. We talked about those 2 guys.
Yeah, and they combined that time coming from opposite sides, and so that's a big loss of 8 yards on the sack, and the second consecutive sack.
So that's going to push Stuart Kramer Storm back into their own territory now. The ball at about their 49-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Single back in the backfield. They're going to put a man in motion. That's Tyler Ward. Rockmore looking to set up the screen. He's going to be picked off by the Chargers. That's
Corey.
Deshaun Corey with a big interception. I tell you, Brent, for a young man that never played defense till last week, what a job he's doing out there for the Chargers right now.
And I tell you what, that was a screen, and I don't think they realized Corey's 6'3",
yeah.
And they tried to throw it over him, and he just went up and caught it.
The rumor is he's not a bad basketball player either, and right there you see he could just go up and get the football when he needed to. So Crest gets it deep now in Stuart Kramer territory. Turnover for the Storm now, for the Chargers now. Turnover for the Storm. See if Crest can capitalize here.
And they'll take over at the Storm 22-yard line.
And we talked about Corey. He's in on offense, I think, for the first time for Crest. As he comes up here, Crest's going to look like a 5 wide receiver set now. And that is Deshaun Corey over here to the right side. There's the snap. Husky looks downfield, and he's going to fumble the football. And let's see, did he get it back?
He did. It bounced right back to him. So fortuitous bounce there, but he did hold on to it. Maybe gained a yard in the process, Rob. But let's see. Well, no, they mark it at no gain. So.
And you could tell there, I think he was looking that direction over there towards Corey, trying to reward the man after the big turnover. So now 3 receivers over to the left, 1 to the right. Aiden Carson in the backfield with Husky. Husky takes the snap. He's going to roll to his left, looking downfield, going to throw it. Got a man downfield. We got a flag down on the field. The pass is complete to Addison, but that's in the territory of holding, I think.
And what stinks is it's about 8 yards deep in the backfield, and it's a spot foul if it is a hold.
And that's what we've got, a hold against the Chargers.
Now let's see if they move that flag at all before they mark it off.
He's marking it from that flag.
So that's going to be about an 18-yard penalty, and that's a tough one right there.
So that's going to drive Chris back to the 40-yard line now. Second and a long way. In the words of longtime Chris PA guy Larry McIntyre, second and a taxi ride.
We'll call it second and 28. The good news is you've got Malachi Addison and Javarius Green, and you've got Deshaun Corey and Ty J. Borders. So you can get all this back pretty quickly.
Husky takes the snap. It's going to drop right back, looking downfield. It's going to be complete to Green. He's still fighting for yard. Going to be dropped there. We got a flag. See what the flag is.
Yep.
Chris is saying it's against the Storm. We'll see.
Well, it was a little bit of a wrestling move after the catch. He couldn't get him down. He picked him up and slammed him down, sort of.
It was interesting. Brent had a chance to, during one of the games, talk to Brandon Spikes, former Crest player, down on the sidelines, and he was talking. He said, I'll be honest with you. He said, if I was playing today, I'd never be able to play. He said, because of the way they call the game now.
Yeah.
That is going to be on the Storm, and that's going to be, I believe, a first down for the Chargers. So a big penalty there. Let's see. I don't know, is that an automatic first down? I can't remember.
Let's see. They got to the 28. They marked half the distance, so they're at the 14.
So evidently it's not automatic. So third down and about 2. Husky takes the snap, going to keep it. He runs the middle of the field. That's going to be a first down for the Chargers.
Is that Husky on the keeper?
It was Husky on the keeper. So first and goal now for Crest. They lead 8-0. No more like Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 5:47 to go here in the first quarter.
Nice 5-yard pickup there.
2 receivers to each side. Husky's going to look to pass, drops back, nothing there. Now he's going to run with it. He runs towards the corner of the end zone and going to drop just short.
Made a good cutback move trying to get to the end zone. They're going to call him short at about maybe let's call it the 2.
Yeah, but about the 2.
So about a 7-yard pickup.
So second down from the 2. Again, Crest with 2 receivers left and right. Carson still the back in the backfield with Husky. Crest puts a man in motion. Husky's going to fake the handoff, going to keep it, going to go up the middle himself, trying to fight into that end zone. He's going to be dropped just short. So right at the goal line, it looks like, for the Chargers. So good defensive stand there by the Storm.
It'll be third and goal, ball at, let's call it the 1. I don't know what else you can call it.
Yeah. So let's see what Chris does here. Look to the sideline, get the play call. Play clock running.
Carson's in at running back.
Again, 3 receivers over to the right, 1 to the left. Husky takes the snap. He's going to give it to Carson this time. And nothing doing. Going to be stopped just short. So fourth down.
Well, it was Fernandez, the leading tackler. A really nice tackle.
So no gain.
Now big play call because it's fourth and goal. Right around the 1, maybe just outside the 1.
So you hear the Kramer faithful on their feet. Two receivers. Husky takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself, looking, trying to find room. Tries to find room, fights for it, and nothing doing. The Stuart
defense to stand by the Storm after the turnover.
Yeah, great job there by the Stuart Kramer Storm defense as they keep Crest out of the end zone. So Rockmore brings his offense back out onto the field. Tell you what, they are snapping the ball right there. So they'll be taking the ball in the backfield. Rockmore's going to walk up and going to try to power it out of the end zone, get a little extra room. And he does that. There's a fumble. And Crest is saying, did Crest recover?
I believe they did.
And they did. Crest recovers the fumble, so Crest gets it right back. They forced the turnover, do the Chargers.
And that's really the second straight time we've had back-to-back turnovers, Rob. We had the interceptions back-to-back, and now we've had the turnover on downs followed by the fumble. I believe that was Rockmore, right? So that took all.
Oh, so it was did they say touchdown? Sideline warning.
Okay. So they spotted at the 3.
Yes, ball at the 3. So let's see if the Storm can do it again. They had a great defensive stand last time. See if they can do it again. Keep the Chargers out of that end zone.
Have to figure out who got the recovery there. First and goal at the 3 with about 341.9 here in the first quarter still. How about Thomas Jefferson leading Shelby 6-0
That's
in
crazy.
the first quarter?
Crazy score. Chris going to bring a guy in motion. That's Green. He's going to fake the handoff to Green. Does Husky. He's going to keep it. And again, another great defensive stop there by the Stuart Kramer Storm.
See if they give him anything there. All right, do we have a timeout on the field?
I believe we do. Yes, I believe we got a timeout, so we are going to take a break right here. You're listening. So that was a touchdown. So that was a touchdown earlier. So that was a 2-point conversion attempt.
All right. So we were all fooled up here. So it was a fumble recovery for a touchdown by the Chargers, and then a failed 2-point conversion. All
so
right.
that makes it 14-0. So we'll just keep it right here because they're ready to kick it off. I thought the head official signaled for a touchdown, but they said that up here was a sideline warning, but he did get in for the touchdown. So looking deep out there for the Stuart Kramer Storm is Isaiah Johnson, also Tyler Ward. So we were all kind of crazy on that one. But we do know the Chargers are 14-0 on Double Lock and Mr. Spark, the scoreboard. Derek Mitchell to kick for the Chargers. Puts his foot into it. It's going to be a little line driver across the turf. It's going to be taken there by number 7. Presley, it looks like. Excuse me, number 3.
That's Howes.
Howes, Kamari Howes. That's a Cleveland County kid right there. Tell you what, you know what he was thinking. I used to wear the Golden Dome and the Shelby Golden Lions. I got to do something against these Chris Chargers. Does Kamari Howes?
Yeah, well, that was a big play. He came to the left sideline and then turned around, Rob, went all the way to the far sideline, across midfield, and all the way down to about the Crest 33-yard line, let's call it.
So we're gonna. Hey, does that remind you a little bit of that Chris Shelby game a few weeks ago there, Brent?
This game's starting to remind me of it already. Lots of scoring by the Chargers thus far.
So a nice return there by Kamari Howes, a young man that we've been very fortunate to see play over the years over there at Shelby High School. Rockmore takes the snap, going to hand it off. Not much, as he's going to be dropped there. That's number 6, Mark Odell, on the run. Best starting field position of the night for the Stuart Kramer Storm. He picks up about a yard, does Odell.
So not a whole lot, but that's his first carry of the night. He averages about 11 carries a game, or 11 and a half. So
A -3 yards rushing so far for the Ironmen here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that sack on third down to end the last drive doesn't help those numbers. Miller in the shotgun here on 2nd and 10. Play action fake. Looking over the middle of the field. Throws for Hunter Jackson. But the pass falls incomplete.
He had time to get the ball away.
He did. And pretty good protection from the offensive line there. It's going to be 3rd and 10 now, however.
That's the third pass that's been put up by Chase Miller here in the first quarter. Not bad routes ran by the receivers. They just couldn't bring the ball down.
Yeah, one drop in there and then a couple missed throws. That one tight coverage on Jackson going across the middle of the field.
Here we got a receiver to the near side and another one on the other side, maybe in the, I would guess, maybe in the slot, maybe, would you say? There's a flag.
Yeah, there's a whistle right at the snap, and it's going to be a false start on the Ironmen. So,
wow.
3rd and 10 turns into 3rd and 15.
Folks, that's the 5th flag so far by the Ironmen.
Yeah, penalties haven't been a huge problem this season so far, but tonight, not a great start in that category.
Going out of the lineup is Avery's going over the.
Yeah, just going to the far side there. It'll be the receiver out wide. Have Avery on the right side, Tanner Sisk here on the near side.
Big play here, Matt, on 3rd down. You want somebody to make a play here.
Miller under center here on 3rd and 15. Play action.
He's got a man down there. He's open, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
I believe it's 21, Hunter Dye.
So big catch there by Hunter Dye for the Stuart Kramer Storm to get them right back in this football game.
32 yards and on a 3rd and 9 play, and really a lot of that was he got good blocking for the first time and was able to go downfield with it and find somebody. Up till then, he'd been on his back about 3 times.
Absolutely. And that's going to bring Krotz in to attempt the extra point here for the Storm. Looks like that's Tyler Ward holding for him. Little high snap, gets it down. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard, it's now 14-7. The Chargers lead. You're listening to high school football right here, WestonSales.com broadcast on WOHS.
Yep, that'll bring it to the 43-yard line.
It's not going to be an automatic first down either, man.
I'm pretty sure pass interference.
There for the Cavaliers. It was very close, and the intended receiver that time appeared to be Zaylen Watkins of East Rutherford.
Yeah, he's got a lot of over here to the near side of the field there. Let's see if they decide to run some type of wing play over here, see if one of their backs can get open and get us some space in here. It looks like it's about 5 yards there. Maybe they can just squiggle in the end zone right here.
Here we go. Big play coming up, and I noticed that they have got Coleman Tisdale lined up on the far side as a receiver, McCullen to the near side.
Coleman Tisdale's a good blocker as well.
Yeah. They do want to go to the air. Defense is coming. The ball's been batted out, but it went into the hands of another East Rutherford player, but he'll get no further than the 2-yard line.
I think East Rutherford has to go for it right here, and I think that's what their coaching staff's looking at. They're not coming off the field.
Somehow, some way, that was fortunate, JB. One of the defensive linemen for Chase got his hands on that attempted pass, and it went into the hands of Zaylen Watkins of the Cavaliers.
Chase is very, very fortunate because that was pass interference on their defensive back right there. So they didn't call that. Luckily for East, they were able to catch that ball right here. So here it is, 4th down. Let's see if East Rutherford can punch it in.
They're going to go for it. Taking their time here on the count. Play clock is down to 5. They're just trying to draw him off sides, apparently. Flynn is not going to have that ball snapped into his hands, so they are going to burn a timeout.
Yeah, good job once again by East, taking that play clock all the way down and then taking that timeout, trying to shorten the game here, Chase.
We're going to keep it right here instead of throw it back to the studio for a commercial break because We don't want to miss what's fixing to happen here. East Rutherford will come out of the timeout. They'll either line back up to go for the touchdown, or will they bring in the field goal unit, which this would be a very short field goal.
I don't think they're going to bring in the field goal unit. They're down 13-0. They know they've got to score points. And, Chase has scored 42 points plus in every game they played. They're not going to beat them with field goals, so they need to keep that offense on the field, and I think that's what you'll see.
We got a lot to go over in our Farm Bureau of Rutherford County halftime show. We're 7 minutes and 35 seconds away from that, and we also want to check on the condition of Marquise McCombs, the star running back, who is still on the sideline. Of course, it's not the offense on the field for Chase right now. Well, they have brought out the field goal unit after all, and that means Keldon Bostic, number 32, will attempt a 20-yard field goal. There's the snap, the hold, kick is up, kick is good. So, JB, you didn't think they would try the field goal. You knew they needed points, but they decided to play it safe, and Chase, East Rutherford, I should say, is on the board. 7:31 to go.
I'm a Panther fan. I'm tired of field goals, Paul.
Let's don't even bring that team up. On the Stanton Enterprise McDonald scoreboard, Chase 13, East Rutherford 3. We're back with more Rutherford County High School football in a moment from Downtown Radio.
Tanner.
I think that's Kamari Ponder, the cornerback on the far side over there.
So it'll be third down and very long.
Yeah, I think we settled on 24.
Yeah.
Third and 24.
Third and 24, I'm guessing. You're right. Got to remember, folks, Matt's, I've got him for a couple of years, so he's got these eyes that's got built-in binoculars in his eyes, I think.
Third and 24. I don't know what they got in the playbook for this. Miller under center. They've been running the little play-action pass out of this formation, and they're going to do it again. Play-action, Miller running away from the pressure to his right, throws and intercepted at the 42, and a flag comes in on the return. That was Jace Rowe on the interception. And I think the interception will stand, and then maybe the penalty at the end will just move it back a little bit.
Move it back maybe 5 or 10 yards.
That's the problem when you get into third and 24. You feel like you got to, maybe force it a little bit trying to make a play.
Is that the first turnover? Let's see.
Yes.
First in the first quarter.
They had the blocked punt that
right.
turned into the touchdown, and now an interception here. The penalty is a block in the back on East Gaston during the return, so that'll move them back.
Is that 10 or that's 15?
I'm not sure. It'll be East Gaston ball in Cherryville territory at the 40. Just 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
I'm guessing maybe a pass and play here.
Yeah, play action fake. Sherrill looking deep and overthrows the receiver. I believe Hole was the intended target.
He had him.
Yeah, he was behind the defense.
He was.
Pass falls incomplete. That'll make it 2nd and 10.
Is that number 19, Matt?
Yeah, that was 19, the intended receiver. Rowe, who just came up with the interception, is the lone receiver in the formation. Sherrill takes the shotgun snap. He's going to hand it to Stovall, who breaks through the line and has first down yardage.
Barring a penalty flag.
Right. They give him about 18 yards and the Medical Center Pharmacy first down. Put the ball down at the Cherryville 23 now.
That's 58 yards for Stovall.
Yeah, he's been the spark plug so far for this East Gaston offense.
This may be the last play of the quarter.
Sherrill takes the shotgun snap. This time hands it to Summy, but he's met immediately in the backfield. I think that was Bolin who hit him first. Colin Huss also
Yeah,
in on the
yeah,
tackle.
there's a couple of three Ironmen in the backfield. Loss.
Yeah, loss of about 4 yards there on that play in the backfield, and that will be the final play of the first quarter. So after one, the East Gaston Warriors lead the Cherryville Ironmen 10-0 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Backfield again with Husky. He takes the snap, drops straight back, looking to pass, going downfield. He's got a man, and he's going to make the catch, going to run somebody over. And he's going to score. Is that Vari Green? No.
Green's over here.
Green's on this side.
It's either Addison or Adams.
I believe that was number 3. It was, I believe, it was number 3. Malachi Addison was able to take it into the end zone. So Crest is able to respond with a score of their own. And that's going to make it now 20-7, No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. And let's see, once again, I believe Crest will attempt to go for 2.
That was a 41-yard touchdown.
Tell you what, give Addison credit. He had a defender there, and he just kind of ran him over there to finish getting that run into the end zone.
And for a second, it looked like the defender had the beat where he could really put a hit on him.
Absolutely.
Instead, he took the hit and just kept going.
So Crest, once again, will go for 2 after converting their first PATs last week. Husky back to pass. Looks. Going to throw it into the back of the end zone. It's going to be caught. And I believe that is Vari Green on the reception there with a 2-point conversion.
Yep.
So 22-7 now. Crest leads. No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. You're listening to high school football right here on WOHS.
The Transportation Administration of Cleveland County continues to operate TAC, Cleveland County Transit and Reach. The Cleveland County Transit route will continue to be free to ride until further notice. The office is closed to visitors.
We're back with the Rutherford County High School football game of the week, and East Rutherford running into a very hard-hitting defense by Chase right now, and they just back up the running back there. Nowhere to go this time for Pinkerton, who certainly is one of the talented running backs for the Cavaliers on offense.
Number 8, Isaiah Dodd there, coming up just putting a licking on him there. They bring up 2nd down and 12 now for the Cavaliers.
That McDonald scoreboard changed quickly. It was 13-3 after the field goal, the 20-yard field goal by East Rutherford. And the offensive chase came right back, and they're doing all this without McCombs. McCombs still on the sidelines due to an injury he suffered earlier in the game. Trying to find it somewhere to go, trying to bounce off of his offensive line, but he bounces right into the hands of a tackler, and Reggie Robinson's down, and again, they get nothing out of that run.
Yeah, number 4, Anthony Smith on the tackle there for Chase. Chase still playing strong up front. Got guys flying all around the football for Chase there. They're just teeing off on the East offensive line right now.
Another 3rd down situation coming up for the Cavaliers, 3rd down and 11.
I like what the East offense is doing, though. The line's already up there ready to block. Their playmakers in the backfield getting a play call there. Here they go right here on 3rd down, a crucial 3rd down for the Cavaliers.
They've got double receivers to the near side, one now in motion, though, and they'll keep it on the ground with a pitch play and trying to find somewhere to go and getting some decent yardage, but it will not be enough for the first down. To the 34-yard line goes Pinkerton.
Yeah, Pinkerton with a nice run on the left-hand side of the football field there. Bring up a Cavalier punt, however, though.
So the punting unit will return to the field. East Rutherford got some breaks a little while ago. They had a big play out of the offense. They had some penalties, and they were able to march their way into the red zone. They did not get a touchdown, but they got on the board. But since then, Chase responded again, and Chase is fixing to get their hands on the football again with that 20-3 lead, and they're still going to have over 4 minutes to work with until the half. There is the punt, and it's got a lot of height, but not necessarily a lot of downfield, as it's going to be down at around midfield this time. Ball sticks punt. The punt of the pigskin by Corner Barbecue, not what he'd hoped for.
Number 8, there's Dalen Watkins down the ball for the Cavaliers on special team.
Chase will have the ball at their own 49-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 from there.
Looks like Rudolph was back there quarterbacking again for Chase. Once again, using 2 quarterbacks tonight, as they have throughout the season so far.
Yeah, man, did he ever make his presence felt a few minutes ago? That 75-yard run a little while ago. Breaking away from several tacklers, straight ahead, breaking away from everyone. He'll take it to the half 30, 45, 40, 15, 10, 5, and into the end zone. Brennan Austin would not be denied.
Yeah, good hard running by Brennan Austin right there. We talked about his talent, just getting to play in the third and fourth quarters, mostly there for Chase this year. Having a big game now for the Trojans.
Austin just had a 7-yard touchdown run a while ago. This one ends up being almost 50 yards, and that young man is proving himself without McCombs on the football field.
Yeah, he had a lot of talent. We've already seen that for Brennan Austin. Played a little bit for him last year, playing some for him this year as well. They're very, very good backup that Chase Trojans have. In East, on defense, we talked a little bit about it earlier in the pregame. They need to wrap up.
6-2's PAT attempt is good. So the big kicker gets it done again, and so does Brennan Austin, who's becoming a star in the running back position in this game tonight. Now with 4:18 to go until halftime on the Stanton Enterprise McDonald's scoreboard, home of the world-famous fries, it's now Chase leading 27-3 over East Rutherford. We'll step away for a quick timeout, and then we'll continue with Rutherford County High School football on Downtown Radio.
He's going to keep it this time. He's going to run to the corner. He's going to get a first down, going to get out of bounds. Going to get the first down. A nice run there by Rockmore. Keeps the drive alive, gets the first down. Inside the red zone. So that's going to make it first and 10 from the 13.
So they got 5 and another. See, it's on. That's 4 on this drive.
A nice, very impressive drive right now by the Storm of Stuart Kramer.
I was too nice a minute ago. I gave him a 28-yard pass. It was an 18-yard pass.
Looking to pass, passes Rockmore. Crest pursues. And they're going to make the tackle, but not before he's able to pick up some yards. They're going to say he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock's going to wind. Looks like a pickup of about 3.
They mark it at the 10 or the 9. But
yeah, ball at the 9.
They can still get a first down, I believe.
Yes.
Inside the 5, maybe at about the 3.
So 2nd and 9, pistol formation here for the Storm. Mortate's going to look to throw the quick pass over there to number 10. That is Isaiah Johnson on the reception.
Didn't get much. Maybe 2?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, about 2.
Maybe 1.
Yeah, I'd say it's closer to 6 than 5. So,
yep.
So 3rd down here. And they get Crest jumping off sides, that hard count. And you know the coaches over there yelling the whole time, watch the ball, watch the ball.
Now that should be a half the distance. So about a 4-yard penalty.
Yeah, I believe so. The officials coming in to check it.
I think they're at the 4. They got to get to the 3. So 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, so 3rd down still. And again, hey, another hard count. See if you can get Chris to jump again. Rockmore takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. And let's see. Take a look at the spot.
He didn't get much.
Yeah, he didn't get much. It's going to be a 4th down. So 4th down play here. And once again, if you Crest, you've been drawn offside a couple times by that hard count.
He goes up under center this time and does the old sneak.
Let's see, they're coming in to mark it.
The spot looks like he got to maybe to the 2.
And it is a first down. It's a first down ball on the 2-yard line for the Storm of Stuart Kramer.
See a sign mechanical first and goal from the 2.
They're going to hand it off into the middle.
It's Odell, I believe, 6. And he may have gotten the line of scrimmage. That's about it.
So they're at the line of scrimmage is Odell. So we're up second down from the 2.
Could be the Chargers' turn to have a goal line
That's
stand
it.
here.
See if they can keep him out of there. Rockmore's so dangerous with his feet. So Rockmore ready, puts a man in motion across the backfield. He's looking to pass. That's going to be knocked into the end. It's going to be intercepted by the Chargers. We talked about a defensive stand there in the end zone, and the Chargers are able to do it this time, Brent.
Yeah, it was knocked in the air by 36.
And did Day Pettis make the catch?
And then Pettis with the pick. So huge defensive play as they threw it out there, and that's the second time that one of those defensive ends has gotten their hands up in there.
We talked about, you got 2 defensive ends standing at both at 6'3". Those guys, it's going to be tough to get the ball over their head. Another big defensive play there for the Crest defense.
So a big drive that took nearly 5 minutes off the clock. And they come up empty after the interception by Day Pettis.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. You talk about Day Pettis, and look, he's right back out there playing that offensive line spot. He's got where he does not leave the field for this Crest football team.
So Crest takes over at their 19. 6:43 to go here in the second quarter.
I believe that's Carson still in the backfield with Husky. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Husky's going to take the snap, looking to pass. There comes some pressure from the Storm. We got a flag. See what the call is.
I think you're going to get a face mask. Walter's on the sack, but I think he grabbed him by the face mask, Rob.
And they had great pressure, good pressure there by the Storm defense. So let's see, personal foul, face mask against the Storm. So going to give Crest 15, and if you're Stuart Kramer, you do not want to give Crest any extra yards right now because Crest is moving the ball when they're getting it on offense.
I think I got the number wrong, but it could have been 54, but it looks like it's 64. I don't have that on my roster, so.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure.
Actually, 64 is Eli Simons.
I'm not exactly sure what the chain crew's doing here.
So
let's see, we've got was it not a first down on the face mask, personal foul?
So he lost 6, and he got 15 on the penalty.
Okay.
So I guess they're going to say it's a minus 6-yard run, 15-yard penalty, and it's 1st and 1.
I always thought a personal foul was automatic first.
Did too.
Not exactly. And let's see what the discussion is. Now it's going to be 1st and less than a yard, it looks like. Now there's discussion on the Crest sidelines, and now we're going to wind the clock. 6:31 to go here in the second quarter.
So penalty yardage on Stuart Kramer for 15 yards. That's their second penalty, but they've both been big ones.
Husky drops back, looks to throw, going downfield. He's got a man down there and not able to bring the ball in. Intended for Javari Green.
And you won't see that very often. That was a really good pass, though, by Husky.
Yeah, great job by Husky. Just dropped it over his shoulder. tell you what, I'm still amazed about football today. I look across the field and see that tent over there and see the TV on, and the kids are already breaking down film. They've just walked off the field. It's incredible. So Husky's going to hand the ball off to Aiden Carson. Carson's going to break through. Got it to the 50, 45. He's going to get nearly to the 40-yard line of the Storm. Big run there by the sophomore Aiden Carson.
Big CSI Mechanical first down, the 8th for the Chargers, but that was big yardage as that went from the 18, 32 plus 8 is 40-yard run there for Carson.
And Crest is ready to go again. They hand the ball off again to Carson. To the 40, he's going to keep fighting, going to get the ball up to about the 37, it looks like. And we got a flag. See what the call is. Looks like Chris is backing up, so maybe on them. And it is unsportsmanlike against the Chargers. So big penalty there for Crest.
Give him a 30-yard run ahead.
Well, see, it's the turf. The turf makes it look a little different.
So 15-yarder.
So big loss there for Crest. So it'll be second down. Ball's going to be at the Charger 48 now.
So he got about 5 on the carry and then 15 yards backwards.
So second and about 20.
Yep.
Husky takes the snap, drops straight back, going to throw it over here to A.J. Adams. Adams going to spin, going to try to fight for a few extra yards, going to pick up about 4.
They could have added another touchdown, but instead East Rutherford is just trying to see if they can get to halftime, and they've decided to burn another timeout. Down to 29.7 seconds to go until halftime, and then we've got the Rutherford County, the Farm Bureau of Rutherford County halftime show, but we'll just keep it right here. JB, when we talk about our other Rutherford County schools, we know that RS Central, coming off of that loss to Hendersonville, is in action tonight, as is Thomas Jefferson at Shelby.
Yes, some big ball games for both of those schools. I do have an update from RS Central. RS Central is down to Brevard 27-0 right now. Do not have an update on the Thomas Jefferson score right now. Try to see if we can find that for our listeners at home there. I do know what that sign says across the field. It says 90-35. That must be the overall record. East Chase, it says, always you will be the little brother.
Oh, my gosh. Well, that is interesting, and that says a lot about the past of East Rutherford football. And if those days can come back, I mean, wow, what a difference in wins. On this play here, out in the flat, it was called, but the receiver immediately, McClellan, went down to his knees, and he was down when he caught that pass. Again, he was going down to on his knees, so he got no further than the 30. It'll be 4th down, and at 4th and 28, of course, that means we'll see the punting unit who's been out on the field, gosh, a number of times now. This is at least the 6th time we've seen the punting unit for East Rutherford tonight. And I see that we've got a change at the punt return man this time because DeRisma's been a little shaky tonight, just made some mental mistakes. They're going to put Mosley back there, and JB, he could be just as dangerous.
Very dangerous player as well for the Trojans.
The punt will go away from him and will land and die at the Chase 48-yard line. We just saw the punt of the pigskin, the corner barbecue punt of the pigskin. Remember, locally owned, family owned, and the barbecue is fantastic.
Yeah, and this is going to be very, very tough for, East defense, even with only 16.3 seconds left. Chase still has a shot here. They've got a lot of playmakers on the football field here. Look to see if they take a shot to DeRisma and one of the other, Jahari Mosley. A ton of options out there for the Trojan offense. Let's see what they decide to do.
And again, I'm very concerned about the well-being of Marquise McCombs, the tremendous running back who's averaging over 100 yards per game, went to the sideline with an injury, he's never come back. Here's a slant pass that's worked out for a big game, busting away from a tackle at 45, 40, 35, 20, or all the way down to the 25, I should say. A tremendous job by Jahari Mosley.
Yeah, now they're knocking on the door here. They can either run the football and try to take a timeout or try to kick it, or they can try to go for the end zone, which is what I expect they'll probably try to do right here.
That was a huge gain. It went from Chase on 48 to the East Rutherford 24-yard line. Of course, that is a Mi Pablito first down for Chase.
This will be a backbreaker for the Cavalier defense. They will have to give up a touchdown right here before the half.
This could come down to the last play of the first half right here. And as you said, JB, the last thing East wants to do is allow another score by the Trojans. Derisma's taking off. Receivers all over the field. Going to go towards the back of the end zone. Derisma. Did he come down with his feet in? Yes, he did, according to the official. I think that's going to make up for those dropped punt returns tonight where he's had 2 turnovers. He called it in the very back of the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, a 24-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't blame the defense as much as I do blame the offense on the last time they were out on the football field. They were not able to run the clock out and get to halftime, and they put their defense in a bad spot, knowing Chase was going to take shots there, and it cost them. So that was a backbreaker for the Chase defense. For the Cavalier defense right there.
It was Mosley on the first catch, and that one went from the 48 to the 24, and then from the 24 to the back of the end zone, the pass to Mosley. Sixtos is in, and that's how we'll wrap up the first half as he hits the extra point. We go to halftime, and Chase is truly in command of this one on the Stanton Enterprise McDonald scoreboard. After 2 quarters of play, Chase 34, East Rutherford 3. When we come,
absolutely, Stuart Kramer's done a pretty decent job of limiting his opportunities out there. So you get it in his hand there on the ground, and that's going to make it 28-7 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard.
Two-point conversion attempt.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2-point conversion again. Again, we've not seen Sanchez or anybody else out here for the kick. Hey, I see R.J. Root down there on the sidelines trying to get some video highlights. And there comes the defense. And he's going to complete the pass. That was A.J. Adams on the reception, number 2 for the 2-point conversion. So the Chargers now lead 30-7 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. You're listening to high school football on WesternSales.com broadcast. We're back right after this.
Comes to automating 10 years of business.
Welcome back, folks. Danny Aker, Matt Chapman, back at Warrior Field on the campus of East Gaston High School, where East Gaston has a 16-0 lead with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left here in the second quarter. And back to punt is, or kick it away is Abernathy.
Yep.
And
Huss.
Ironman are getting their players on the field. Let's see if they've got more than 11. They've had to run quite a few off tonight.
Nope, they got the right number.
All right, here we go, Matt.
Huss, Bolin, and Clinton back deep to receive. It is a high kick. Colin Huss fields it at the 23. He's across the 30 and brought down around the 34-yard line. That's where the Ironmen will start this next drive.
Man, all these penalties we've seen. Now, you and I have watched a lot of football in our life, but I'm counting them, Matt. There's been 17 penalties called. We still got 4 minutes and 35 seconds left. All them penalties were not. All of them should not have been called.
No, it's a little excessive for sure.
Yeah, that's terrible. So both teams are not playing that bad on their offensive or defensive side of the ball.
No, it's sometimes you just gotta let the kids play some football out there.
Yeah.
Nobody showed up to watch the refs throw flags tonight.
Right.
Miller in the shotgun here on first down. Play action fake. He's going to keep it himself. Little read option there.
He will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
He's got it close. Maybe lost a half a yard. And they will back him up a yard.
They will back him up a yard, sure will.
Second and 11 coming up at the 33. This is a big possession here for the Ironmen. If they could get this ball in the end zone, I mean, we still got a ball game going into the second half.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yes. Look like we got a set of 3 receivers to the near, well,
yeah, 3 receivers
to the near side, and are they 1 to the far side? No,
nope, just the 3 to the near side, and then Shamir Moss, the running back, next to Miller in the shotgun. Second down snap. Miller looking to throw.
You better hurry.
Yeah, doesn't have much and just lofts it toward the sideline. And Josh Ward there again.
That's a catch. That's a first down.
That's a catch and a first down. Give him 14 yards.
I thought it was going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, Josh Ward making plays out there. That's his second reception of the night. Both of them going for first downs. The only 2 first downs of the night. Not by penalties for Cherryville.
Right.
Miller had 2 or 3 guys right in his face when he let that one go. I thought he was just throwing it away. And
a great throw by Miller, but even a better catch by Ward.
Yeah. Way to track that one down. Picks up 14 and a Medical Center Pharmacy first down. Cherryville with the ball at their own 47 now. Miller in the shotgun. Little quarterback draw. He gets.
Boy, there's not much room to run up there.
No, he put his shoulder down and got 2 yards out of it. It'll be 2nd and 8, just shy of midfield.
Thank all you folks for listening in tonight. Again, I'm Danny Aker, Matt Chapman. We're at East Gaston High School, where so far it's been all East Gaston and all referees.
There's been plenty of them as well. Otherwise, it would definitely be all East Gaston at this point.
2nd and 8. The ball spotted almost on the 50-yard line, just a little bit shy of the 50.
3 receivers in the formation. Bolin, the running back next to Miller, going to run the little option here again. The pitch to Bolin. He spins at the line of scrimmage, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2. We'll see where they spot him. Looks like they're going to put it right on the 50, so it'll be 3rd and 7 coming up.
Give him 2?
They gave him 1.
1, okay. Matt, Shamir Moss.
Still no carries.
No carries.
That's it's interesting. Said earlier they have tried to throw it to him a couple times unsuccessfully.
It'll be a 3rd and 7.
Miller under center. Wonder if we'll get this play trying to find Moss in the flat again. That's what they've run out of this formation.
I think that might be the play, Matt.
Miller,
might be a timeout, too. Timeout, Ironman.
They will call their 3rd and final timeout of the half before this 3rd down play. Ironman trailing 16-0, a minute 27 left before halftime here on WCSL.
He knew if he had stayed up, he had a blocker there.
Absolutely. 2:23 to go. And this is going to back up the storm. Isaiah Johnson was ready to go find the football, but he got it started a little too early.
Yeah, Butler's tire and auto 5-yard penalty on the Storm.
So it's going to make it 3rd and 11.
Down to 2:20.
A little bit of a low snap. Rockmore corrals it. Looking downfield, being pursued. And Chris tries to make a play. Rockmore continues to break tackles, and he's going to get to the first down. A nice run there. Crest had penetration, but Rockmore just able to get away.
I'll tell you what was odd is he got pushed from behind.
He did.
Instead of an attempt to tackle, they literally pushed him in the back, and that spurred him forward a little bit, gave him some momentum.
Kept him with some momentum going.
It's a 25, 26, 28-yard run.
And we're going to have a timeout. Looks like Kramer's going to call timeout, so we'll take it with them. You're listening to high school football on WOHS.
Now is the time.
Left, he throws. It's complete to Hunter Jack. No, that's Colin Huss.
Colin Huss made a great catch. That is a first down.
Yeah, that's 15 yards and another Medical Center Pharmacy first down. Ball at the East Gaston 34, actually giving 16 yards.
And Colin went up and caught it. I mean, he had to get up off the ground and just beat the defender.
Yeah, there was some defenders in the area. Colin Huss first to the ball, makes the play, and a fresh set of downs for the Ironmans. Ticking down toward a minute left to play here. Cherryville out of timeouts. Miller in the shotgun. Man in motion. Fake it to him. Miller running around in the backfield, and he's still on his feet. Got to get rid of the ball. He throws over the head of Ward.
Umpire went down.
Yeah, referee almost tore his ACL. Comes take the call there. He slipped on the field. Pass fell incomplete. There's a flag on the far side. We'll see what it is. Flag away from the play.
Well, let's just hope it goes in the favor of the Ironman.
To the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, Rob, that was very reminiscent of the draw play we saw a minute ago, and it had the same result.
Yeah, absolutely. Chris, going to have to look at something at halftime to figure out what they're doing wrong there on that play. So big run there, big scoring run, and a nice response there by the Stuart Kramer Storm. Now 30-13, no like Mr. Sparky's scoreboard. The extra point's up, and that kick is good. So 30-14 now, Crest leads. You're listening to high school football right here on WOHS.
Side, we have one to the far side. Yeah, we got one receiver to the far side.
Yeah, it's Jackson to the far side, Huss and Sisk, I think, to the near side. Miller takes the shotgun snap, fakes the Bolin.
He's got plenty of time.
Yep, he fires over the middle. It was caught and then dropped by Jackson. He took a big hit and couldn't hold on. And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now for Cherryville.
But he had the most protection he's had so far tonight.
Yeah, plenty of time to throw there.
Thought he had Hunter open, but that closed pretty quick.
Yeah, tight coverage. He fired the ball in there, and it put it on the body of Jackson. And
he's going to have
a big hit.
He's going to have to do it again, but it's going to have to be a route that's run to the outside.
Yeah, he's going to take the snap under center here on 3rd and 10. Play action fake to Bolin, looking left. Has to pull it down, and he's going to get sacked. There's a flag in on the play. It probably going to be a hold on the Ironman.
And Chase is having a little trouble getting up. Is that Chase limping a little bit?
Yeah, he got a little bit of a limp to him. I think he's going to be okay, but it's going to be 4th and long. I don't know if they picked up the flag or it got declined.
Well, they're talking about it. Right here it comes.
Yeah, they're going to decline it. There's a hold, but declined since it's going to be 4th and 22 anyways.
Wow.
So, again, some promising plays there from the Ironmen, and
they just couldn't capitalize.
Just at some point on each of these drives, they've ended up moving backwards and really put themselves behind the chains, and it's been too much to overcome. So they'll punt it back to East Gaston with 38 seconds left. Try to maybe pin them deep
Time
here.
call. East Gaston.
Had to call a timeout there with the clock stopped.
Yeah.
That's not what you want late in the half here. But we'll take the timeout with them. Cherryville down 16-0, 38 seconds left before halftime here on WCSL.
The trucks are backing up.
Hey, good evening, everybody. We'll go ahead and do some halftime scores and highlights for you folks here at the here in the Red Zone channel. Kevin Hastings along with Dennis Davis. As you can see, we got plenty of scores up on the board, missing a few here and there, but that's no surprise. And Dennis, after like 10 years of this, we always thought that, at this point, getting scores on Twitter would be as easy as pie. Like,
yeah.
all these people at the game.
It's like
somebody post a score,
It's like the Jetsons car. It's in the future somewhere.
It's somewhere. So we've got we had what was a surprise of the night. Shelby 14-6 at halftime. They were down 6-0 to Thomas Jefferson after the first quarter, and but since then, Shelby has scored all the points in the game and is now 28 28-6, Dennis. So a few folks hoping for a Shelby upset. It's not looking likely. It was starting off that way. Jefferson led 6-0 after the first quarter. But Shelby's, we got a Isaiah Bridges 64-yard run. That thing was ridiculous, wasn't it, Dennis?
He got away with that one.
They threw a backwards pass and fumbled it, and Isaiah shook like 5 people, and then he was gone. Thomas Jefferson scored on an untimed down at the end of the first quarter is how they ended up scoring. And it was a blocked punt return for a touchdown. So they blocked a punt and led 6-0. And now it's 28-6 over there for everybody wondering about that.
Well, Shelby's had a little trouble with their line blocking on like
It
extra
seems
points.
that. They have had that, and they've had some extra points blocked. So some issues there. Steve needs to get that stuff settled. Let's go over through the scores so far. What we got: 16-0 East Gaston over Cherryville. Bessemer City 28-0 over Highland Tech. Crest 30-14 over Kramer. Biggie on for me. Chase 34-3 over East Rutherford. Lincoln 8-7 over Newton Conover. Maiden 13-7 over West Lincoln. Bandy's 21-14 over East Burke. South Point 14-0 over Huss. Kings Mountain up 35-0 on North Gaston. Forest View 14-7 over Ashbrook. Shelby 28-6 over Thomas Jefferson. That's near the end of the third quarter. Hendersonville 18-7 over Polk County at halftime. Brevard halftime 27-0 over RS Central, and Bunker Hill 31-0 over West Caldwell. Not too many scores on the other side of the bracket so far, but Davison does leave Mountain Island Charter 36-6. Drone was down 7-0. It's now 36-7 Drone. West Charlotte and West Macon and nail biter 7-0 lines. North Lincoln 22-7. I quit yawning. Jeez. I guess I got a full belly, Dennis, and
It's always good fats.
I want to thank our Fats restaurant for taking care of us on Friday nights over here in Shelby. Give them a call. Go see them, Fats in Shelby, North Carolina. North Lincoln 22-7 over Hickory, and East Lincoln 21-0 over Statesville. East Surrey 35-6 over North Surrey, and that's all the scores we have so far. I want to thank everybody for listening and watching the Red Zone channel. Let's do some highlights, Dennis, while we got everybody at halftime right now. We're going to start. Now, this is not one of our correspondents, but we're going to give him a shout-out because he's been tweeting the scores and stuff. He hasn't been tagging us or anything, but I'm still going to give him all the credit in the world for this. This is Zachary Allen Huber, who's covering Hendersonville and Polk County. And that he's out at that game tonight, so he's got some highlights. This is the first score. 7-0.
Oh yeah, pretty.
Make sure we turn the. Let's see if I can turn this one. Hold on. That still works. Okay. Beautiful passing corner, yeah, Dennis. I mean, it couldn't have been any better than what the guys did here. Made it 7-0. Hendersonville. They're in the corner. Now this one is Hendersonville again. This would make it 15. For the Bearcats, got their 15th point, and then just punch it in from like 2 yards out. It's Polk County here. 6 yards out. Hand off, nice little missed tackle in the backfield by the running back. They had him dead to rights.
Yeah, but he got in.
And he got in. So that made it 15-7. And then Hendersonville kicks a field goal here going into the half. Low snap. Kick, little knuckled, but it squeezed in there. It doesn't matter what it looks like going through, Dennis, as long as it goes through. Let's go over to Shelby where, like we said, it's 28-6. We missed the first score, the block punt. For Jefferson, but we did get some more. Here's the house play.
Yeah.
I mean, Isaiah Bridges, folks, lateral, fumbles, picks up, runs backwards 6 yards, and then he's out. We might have to show this one on the Willustrator tonight, Dennis.
Well, the thing of it was, it was a backwards pass. It was a live ball, so to speak. And, if they had got on it, they could have taken it in for a touchdown and really made
just
this.
That kid, just the Jefferson kids. Oh, they're gonna watch the review of this play, and the corner comes up, ball's on the ground, and I don't know if he thought it was incomplete, but he just stopped for a second. Isaiah picked it up, he chased him, and then he went right around him. had him 10, 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Dennis, they get a touchdown out of it. Isaiah Bridges is out. Then this is going to be Dalen Lee with a quarterback keeper off the left side, just jogs in untouched. That made it 21-6, Shelby. And this just made it 28-6. Lee going down the middle.
Beautiful pass.
Finding Isaiah Bridges wide open down the middle of the field. Yes, beautiful, beautiful pass there from Mr. Lee. All right, let's go over to shut the cheerleaders up a minute. Let's go down the KTC broadcasting games tonight. We'll start off with a beautiful picture over at Chase. This is Tanner set up over there at Chase tonight. Field looks great up there, Dennis.
Yep.
This is Bessemer City's going to return the opening kickoff. This is at Highland Tech for the score. And they're going to go to the left. As soon as he gets to the middle, boom, pops off the kicker, and he is gone. 75-yard touchdown. Jackets led 6-0. Here's a combo of West Lincoln and Maiden entering the fields tonight. Big matchup up there. It's 13-7 now. Maiden at halftime. Yellow Jackets on the board. Just made it 12-0 with a pass. Holmes to Terrence Smith, 27 yards. Nice pass. He threw it from the 37. It only counts for 27 there. It's 8-0. Crest takes in the lead on the run to the left side. I think that was Addison maybe that ran that one. Maiden takes a 7-0 lead here. Quarterback pass out to number 2, Culliver. Culliver weaves and wobbles down the left side for the touchdown. Made it 7-0 Maiden Blue Devils. Here's Chase's first score. Toss out to Derisma, and he's gone. You can say that a lot of times about Derisma.
Well, he had been having sort of a rough night with handling punts and things up until that point.
But the issue is, Dennis, he isn't handling on the punts, but the good news is when he has the ball, it doesn't matter. He's gone. Backup running back in the game. McCombs got hurt. They haven't given an update on it, but the running backup is in. He ran a little bit last week and got a touchdown. He's back in today.
Well, he's got 2 tonight.
Yes, he does. All right, here's the rumbling, stumbling play of the night. Bessemer City blocks the punt, and the big man takes it down the field and can't quite make it.
He could have gone all the way, but he didn't.
I'm trying to catch his number so I can look him up. I think it's 67. I'll have to make sure. I'll ask Brian here in a minute. Holmes with a touchdown pass for 7 yards. This one in the corner, he didn't get it. That might have been Pettis with that one. Here's Rockamore finding a receiver over the middle. Crest, blown coverage. Safety read up on them up shallow or something. He wasn't right there where he was.
We'll give Rockmore credit. He's very elusive when we see that he has a touchdown because of his elusivity, if you will.
This is Newton Conover taking the lead, early lead, 7-0 over Lincoln Wolves. Handoff out of the shotgun. Running back finds it. West Lincoln, Jalen Winnick scores, ties at 7-7. Now, Dennis, they got this ball after Maiden had a touchdown called back. And then to the next play, Maiden threw a pick. And then West Lincoln ends up with the ball on this drive and scoring. So it could have been 14-0 at 7-7. After that score, 13-7 at halftime. East Rutherford lines up for their first and only points of the night so far. Field goal good here by the Cavaliers from 20 yards out. Made it 13-3. Crest, there's Husky finding Addison for the touchdown. That made it 22-7. Chargers. There's another run by that backup running back. 22-3. I forgot his name. I feel bad. I don't remember it off the top of my head. Here's Maiden with their second touchdown up the middle. Number 1 for the Blue Devils. Pounds it right up the middle. Makes it 13-7. West Lincoln Rebels. Chase going up 27-3.
Hey, he just wouldn't go down.
I'm gonna look him up while we're watching that real quick.
That's the backup running back.
Right. He's having himself. That's at least what, 3 touchdowns, maybe 4 from.
Yeah,
number
he
7?
had some last week too.
That's Brennan Austin, the senior backup running back. Brennan Austin. Hey, it's right there on the sheet, right in front of everybody. It's printed. He wrote it on that one. Of course, I look it up. This is Holmes with a 5-yard touchdown pass, 28-0. Bessemer City is 3 on the night. 5 is the school record. He said it last week. Lincoln takes the lead, 8-7. Here gets Newton Conover. Missed the play, but we got the celebration. This made it 30-7, Crest. Addison again, it looks like finding the corner of the end zone there. Right in front of us, Dennis. RJ needs to get out of that referee's way, don't he? He's breathing down his neck.
Sir, would you mind moving over a little bit here?
Just tell the referee to move. All right, this made it 30-14. Kramer scores. Trying to stay back in this game. Back left side, misdirection. And here, Newton, they go up 15-8 over the Lincoln Wolves here early in the third quarter.
Well, it's like Kramer had the ball down there ready to score, and they threw an interception.
Yep. You can't turn it over in the red zone in games or tight games. Number 1 with the keeper. Is that Husky?
I believe that's correct.
36-14. Crest takes the lead over Kramer right before halftime. And those are highlights. Let's see if there's any more that's come across the board since we started scrolling down. Yes, Shelby's already up 35-6 now. Let me shut up these guys over here. Shut up those Crest folks. Go over here and get the Shelby folks. 22 in the game. Bryson Key, the touchdown, makes it 35-6 Shelby. And they're pulling away finally against the Griffons. It took them a while, Dennis, but they're finally pulling away. All right, folks, we're going to send you back some scores. We're going to go find some more broadcasts live out on the field. And thank you for listening. That's the halftime report brought to you by What's Up Shopper and Fats Cafe of Shelby here in Shelbytown. KTC Redzone Radio Live Scoreboard show continues with action. Let's start. Let's see. Chase is a blowout. Cherville's only 16-0. Let's see if they've started.
For their customer.
Nope.
Make sure you stop in and have.
Stop that. Let's go over to Lincoln. Let's listen to a little bit of that one, Dennis.
Yeah.
See if we can catch up with these guys. See if their broadcasters. Nope, they haven't quite caught up. Well, we'll see what happens.
I'd expect to see more of the same course.
I think we can
Coach
catch
back
that
and his
touchdown
staff
that Newton
probably
Conner
in there,
scored here in just a second.
Making their halftime
We're gonna leave
adjustments
here
to see what they can do to stop
and
that
go with
power
this.
running attack.
Sure.
Okay, so
Been a
again,
funny doing
halftime
Lincoln game.
brought to you by Unrivaled Metal Buildings of Lincolnton. Score is 8-7. The Wolves with the lead. We'll be back close to the second half kickoff.
Oh, okay, they're
this.
way behind on that. All right,
Come see
so
the
it's already
all-new
started. The
Bobcat
buffering
CT1021 and
is
CT1025.
extremely behind out there. So folks, trying to keep up with that game.
Get some internet, Lincoln.
You're a little behind. Yeah, tell me about it. All right, we'll go over to Cherville then.
Order online.
No, we won't.
RiverEquipment.com.
We'll go out to Shelby.
Wise, the Chargers opened things
All right,
up
we're
on
gonna
the
leave it there
drive
for,
with
Chris
9:50 to go. It
and
was
Kramer.
a reception from Javarius Green. 2-point conversion run by Husky made it 8-0 Chargers. Then the next score happened on a fumble. So Stuart Kramer had the ball on their own 2-yard line following a defensive hold, stand, if you would, and Rockmore fumbled it, recovered in the end zone by the Chargers. That was with 3:38 to go in the first quarter. Huskies' 2-point conversion run failed, and Crest led 14-0. Then Stuart Kramer got on the board with 2:22 to go, a 32-yard touchdown pass to Hunter Dye from Rockmore. Krotz's kick was good, and with 2:22 to go in the first quarter, it was 14-7 Chargers. Crest struck back quickly as they put together a nice 6-play drive, culminated in a 41-yard touchdown catch by Malachi Addison from Husky, and Javarius Green's 2-point conversion reception made it Crest 22-7. That was with 11:23 to go in the second quarter. Then an interception by Day Pettis led to another Crest score, as with 3:42 left in the second quarter, it was a 4-yard touchdown run by Javarius Green. A.J. Adams' 2-point conversion reception made it Crest 30-7. That was with 3:42 to go in the second. Then Stuart Kramer drove down and got a 17-yard touchdown run from Mark Odell, and that was with 1:55 to go. Krotz's kick made it 30-14 Crest, and then Crest put together a 2-minute drill, Rob. They took the ball with 1:47 to go and took 1:45 off the clock, and with a 9-yard touchdown run by Husky on third down, 2-point conversion pass failed, but that made the score 36-14 Chargers. That's where we stand now. As far as stats for the first half, the Chargers were led on the ground by Aiden Carson. He had 9 carries for 81 yards. Natavius Husky had 10 carries for 56 yards and a touchdown, and Javarius Green had 3 carries for 3 yards and a touchdown. In the air, Husky was 16 of 20 for 159 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Malachi Addison had 3 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown. Javarius Green, 7 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown. A.J. Adams, 4 catches for 30 yards. Deshaun Corey with 1 catch for 9 yards. Aiden Carson, 1 catch for 8 yards. So Crest ended with 159 passing, 140 rushing, 299 in total offense. For Stuart Kramer, Rockmore was 4 of 11 for 57 yards. He had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. On the ground, he also led things with 14 carries for 51 yards. He did lose a fumble. Odell had 4 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, it was Hunter Dye with a catch for 32 yards. That was a touchdown. Michael Holland had 1 catch for 18 yards, and Isaiah Johnson 2 catches for 7 yards. So 57 passing, 93 rushing for the Storm. That's 150 total yards. So really, Rod, you look at it, Crest doubled them up in total yards and pretty much doubled them up
on the scoreboard.
Yeah, on the scoreboard with the 1 defensive touchdown that made it a 3-score game. And big plays by the defensive line. We got a pick from both Corey and Pettis.
Absolutely.
And you don't see D linemen make the picks very often, but they both had one.
So good job there. We talked about, and that's one thing when when Coach Sosa become to Crest, a lot of people were talking about, what he does offensively. And, Crest throws the ball a lot, and it's not something Crest has seen a lot in the last few years. But, again, you go back and look at the numbers throughout the game, it ends up pretty balanced, and we saw that in the first half.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, it was, I think they ran the ball a total of 22 times. They threw it 20.
Wow.
So and when you get that kind of balance, you're usually going to see good results on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely right. Hey, congratulations, Scarlett Newton named homecoming queen here at Stuart Kramer tonight, as it is homecoming for the Storm. So we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's to expect in the second half. Again, Crest leads 36-14. No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. We are in the Carter Chevrolet Stadium halftime show, and we'll be back right after this.
Why pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a new piece of equipment when you may only use it a few times? No use to, especially now with the C&H equipment.
Lemmy had a couple of carries for 7 yards, and Chase Johnson had 5 carries for 25 yards. On the ground, they accumulated 165 yards on the ground, and through the air, 14 yards through the air for a total of 182 yards for the Warriors.
Stovall has both touchdowns. Is that correct?
He sure did.
Yeah.
He sure did, and they accumulated unofficially. I got them with 10 first downs and 8 penalties for 95 yards, and they still have a 24-0 lead.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, and honestly, I thought the Cherryville defense played pretty well, contained pretty much everything but Stovall.
Yep.
Obviously, he's gotten loose for a couple big plays, which hurt. But I mean,
yeah, he's a real thing. He really looks good.
I mean, they had it, even if when you take into account the blocked punt that turned into a touchdown. I mean, they had it within 2 scores up until right there at the end of halftime.
Yep.
And even before that, on the drive previous, Cherryville had it in East Gaston territory, finally moving the ball. But, of course, again, penalties and negative yardage plays stalled that drive out.
You gotta say, bless his heart, Chase Miller, leading ball carrier all year long for the Ironmen, but tonight he himself had 7 carries and for minus 25 yards.
Yeah.
And Cam Bowling carried the ball 4 times, and he's only accumulated 1 yard. We did not see Shamir Moss get the football.
I don't really understand it. He's been more of a focal point in the last couple weeks, getting more carries. I mean, he is the big physical runner, so maybe.
But he's playing.
He's been in.
I mean,
almost every play.
You would think that he'd get the ball once or twice,
When we were, when he wasn't getting it early, I was thinking, maybe they want to save him for the second half when the defense is tired. But when you're down 24-0 at halftime, it's almost too late.
Like you said, the Ironman went well in the game at what was it? Let's see, 10. No, it was 10-0.
It was 16-0.
16.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, it was 16-0, and Cherryville had it in East Gaston territory, putting together a drive, and like I said, went backwards, had to give it back to the Warriors, and they broke that big run right at the very end, and 24-0 looks a lot more daunting than 16-0.
It does. Chase Miller, Matt, put up 11 passes in the first half. He connected on 4 of 11. He hit Josh Ward with a 28-yard completion, a 14-yard completion for 42 yards. He hit Tanner Sis for a 10-yarder, and he hit Colin Huss for a 15-yarder. So actually, the Ironman numbers in the first half, 67 yards of offense through the air, but minus 26 yards on the ground for only a total of 41 positive yards offensively.
It's been almost every game this season. It's been a slow start. It's taken 2, 3, 4 possessions to get that first down, and then at the end of the first half, they start to put it together. But it's for the most part, it's been too late at that point. Again, especially against these better teams.
You and I talked about a couple of young men, that 2 seniors that I'm hearing that will not play anymore, and that's Landon Hahn and Elijah Gibson, and you can see where they're missing them 2 young men.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Landon Hahn, there's no secret. He was the deep threat in this offense, the guy who could take the top off of the defense, and they do have other good receiving options, just nobody with that breakaway speed that can, make the defense think twice.
And you got to give credit somewhat to the offensive line.
Yeah.
On quite a few occasions, they gave Chase Miller time to throw the ball.
Yeah, their pass protection's been pretty good. The run blocking maybe needs a little work here at halftime in the second half, but they've given Miller some time, some nice pockets to throw from every now and again here tonight. And like you said, the passing game's gotten untracked.
With it 24 yards and then the 17-yard touchdown. Other than that, nope. It's just they've done well against the pass. They've only allowed 4 completions tonight in 11 passes, and they have a couple of picks. They had the one long, touchdown pass where they gave them a little bit of time to throw, but other than that, pretty good pressure on Rockmore. They've won the turnover battle 3-1, I believe. So you just keep doing those things and keep the balanced offense, and should be able to control this game.
I think, again, watching this Crest team to develop and grow into what Coach Sosaby wants to see out of this football team. Again, it's honestly, as we see here, we talk about Green and the numbers he has. He was Crest lead receiver last year all season with 400 yards. So, here we are, you start looking at those numbers now, and it's just we're watching Crest do things now that we're starting to see more and more across football, something that Shelby, Lance Ware brought to Shelby, so many years ago. And remember that first season where everybody just felt like, what's going on? We've made a huge mistake, but Lance understood it's all about getting athletes out into space, and that's what you're seeing Chris do here as well. I tell you what, me and you talk about it. Me and Coach talked about it last Friday night. I thought Lance looked awfully good on TV in that Texas Tech game.
Oh yeah. It's a wonder how he just always gets on the TV too.
I tell you what, he knows exactly where to be. Coach said he texted him wanting to know what was in that notebook he clutched to his chest the whole time, and he told him, he said, Coach, that's the secret sauce. So whatever that secret sauce is, man, they need to bottle it and put it in the jugs up there at Appalachian State.
Tell you, they make things fun, don't they? Even in a loss to the Tar Heels, they were never out of that game.
Right.
Even with 20 seconds left, you felt like they could score, and then the Hail Mary. That was something else. The funny thing is we were not able to watch it, so I just assumed it was into the end zone. Then you see it tapped out to the 15-yard line. The guy still had to run it in. So just wild stuff up there in Boone country. And
I can't but wonder, Brent, when you look at the success of what they're doing with their football program, with what's going on with realignment, at what point does a Power 5 conference swoop in and say, look, we're gonna snatch up Appalachian before somebody else does?
Yeah, you got to think it's going to happen. And then you got some other teams that are afraid to bring them into the conference.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've had that. They sort of have that ability to do what Wake Forest tries to do in the ACC with being able to redshirt your freshmen, or most of them, get you some fifth-year seniors in there, and really, have a veteran team.
With a big lead there for the home team, Chase over East. The clock will continue to run throughout the rest of the game, so we should have a shortened broadcast here from the rest of the timeout.
Here we go. Both teams getting lined up, prepared for the kickoff.
Let's see if East can put something together right here to get into the end zone. It'd be nice, momentum going into the next game for them if they can put a drive together right here and try to get in that elusive end zone tonight.
Certainly, it's been the story of what we've seen, or at least what I've seen most of the game. It's been just a battle, struggle for them in terms of field position. They've not got started very far at all. It's inside the 30, their own 30, pretty much almost every drive that I've seen after the kickoff.
Yeah, they're losing a line of scrimmage battle. That makes it tough. We don't know exactly what Flynn can do as a quarterback because he's not getting time to set his feet and throw the ball. And I know they want to try to look downfield to get some positive yardage to the wide receivers. That's been hard to come by tonight.
Dixon with the kick.
Blake McClellan run on the right-hand side right there, out of bounds now.
Goes to the far side out of bounds. Be first down right around the 25 or so.
That's where East Rutherford will come out on offense now, here late into the fourth quarter. Still battling here at Chase High School. A lot of people still here for this one.
This has been an amazing turnout. I got here a little bit after game time started, but the turnout has been phenomenal for both sides. Obviously, inter-county rivalry. You expect a good turnout, and indeed, that's what we've seen. East Rutherford starts the drive. Looks like they're going to be on their own 23-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10. Landon Flynn ready to take the snap. Got 4 wide receivers, 2 on both sides, coming from my right, going from right to left. If you're in the Chase press or on the Chase side of the field. There's the snap. Drops back to pass. Pass attempt to the right. Looks like it's complete. Taken down. Catch made. Looks like number 6.
Curiton there for East Rutherford. But you see what happened there when he was given time to throw. He was able to sit his feet. He drove off his plant foot there. Is able to make the throw on that far side of the football field. And a good job of Curiton with that catch there. And that's what East need to do. If they can give him time to throw the ball, they could be dangerous later on. They're playing a team not as talented as Chase. Chase just won the line of scrimmage battle all game long. Gave them fits trying to do what they just did right there.
8 minutes to go. 2nd and 6 for East Rutherford. Here's the snap out the shotgun. Flynn. This is back. Oh, pass was a little high. Receiver just got his bell rung.
Yeah, you could have probably called that hit on the defensive receiver right there. They're not going to call that play right there, but Looks like number 6, Puritan, again for East Rutherford there, trying to make that catch, trying to go up and get that catch from Landon Flynn there. Just not able to haul it in a big hit from the Chase secondary.
Flynn escaped the trouble, looked like, JB, and had a chance to try to make a big pass there, get a first down.
Probably about a yard high on that pass right there. He's just not able to bring it in there. But once again, stepping up in the pocket, kind of making his reads there, just kind of missed by about a foot there. And he'll get that under control. Just a freshman starting in a big game against Chase tonight here.
Third and 6. Flynn out of the pistol, one back behind him. He's got, again, looks like we got movement.
And that's going to be offside. Looks like probably on Chase defensively there, which will help out the Cavalier offense.
Looks like it's going to be a Baltic Forest penalty flag. Baltic Forest flag for any occasion. And that's going to give East Rutherford a Meat Pablito first down.
Yeah, desperately need to get that to keep this drive alive for the Cavaliers. Let's see if they can put something together right here, positive, to go to next week and get some momentum as the rest of the season progresses for these young Cavaliers.
After the penalty, it's going to be 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line. Flynn, once again, he's got receivers 2 on both sides, 4 total. Got a running back behind him. He run out of the pistol. Looking for the snap. 6:18 remaining in the ball game. Flynn takes the snap, cross back to pass. Got a brush to his blind side. Oh, good. And the ball's loose. Ball's loose. Looks like Chase might have recovered, or was Flynn down by contact.
Number 88, Aiden Wilson there, jumping over the halfback there for East, trying to go low for the block. Aiden Wilson jumped over him, caused panic there for Flynn. Home the football. Looks like East Rutherford still has it there, but good job by number 88. What kind of pressure that was by him.
Like, yeah, Flynn tried to escape the trouble, was brought down, but was down by contact before the ball was loose. That's going to bring up, they're going to call him, they're going to say he was, must have thought he would try to pass it or something. They're going to call that an incomplete pass because he didn't lose any yardage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
A very fortunate call there for Cavaliers right here. 2nd down. Looking over the defense there. Chase looks to bring pressure again. Coming off the right-hand side there, number 88 in. Let's see if he goes or backs back into the coverage there.
Aiden Wilson, yeah, looks like he's doing the exact same thing he did before. And here he comes again. Handoff by Flynn to the running back. It's going to be a short game, brought down. Tried to get through the line, not much there.
And that's something Flynn will learn as he goes along as a quarterback, is that he sees that pressure from 88 there, kind of giving him problems there, whether he wants that run-pass option there. And he's kind of seeing that off his blind side. And, eventually when he learns all the check downs and stuff, he'll check out of that, and they'll be able to do some better things offensively there. Once again, East Rutherford playing a lot of 9th and 10th carries here, doing a good job so far this season. They just need to get their timing and things like that together, and they'll be way, way, way better on offense.
Well, going back to 3rd and 7, East Rutherford, same formation they've had, 2 receivers on both sides. Running back behind Flynn out of the pistol. You've got Wilson there on the right side, defensive line. Lynn with the pass. It got a completion. It's going to be Gaines. Looks like it's good for a first down. Brought down right around the 50-yard line.
Yeah, number 21 there, Brandon
Pinkerton. He's showing himself.
Another freshman there for the Cavaliers, doing some positive things today in this football game. Give another first down there.
It's going to be a Meat Pablito first down, over 100 Mexican dishes and lunch special.
East Rutherford doing some good things here late in the 4th quarter there, kind of spreading the field, see what they got. Flynn doing a good job looking over the receiver, see where he wants to run or pass there. Now looking over to the sideline to see what the play call is. Here's Flynn.
1st and 10, from 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line. Chase, they've gotten the Chase territory. Flynn trying to get ready, escape the trouble. Throws it. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
Yes, that'll be a late hit by Chase defensively there. Give East Rutherford another first down there. East still battling there. No reason to make that hit there from Chase defense. I know the Chase defender very, very disappointed now. You could tell by the look on his face there. Did not mean to do that. So give them another Meat Pablito first down there on the late hit penalty on the quarterback.
Yeah, that is going to be a 15-yard penalty. That's going to move them a little bit deeper into Chase territory. Again, you're starting to see some progress for East Rutherford here this drive. Hate to see it this late, but hopefully it's something they can build on for next week.
Yeah, hate to see one of those Boston Flores penalties this late in the game by Chase defensively there. However, that will give East Rutherford a first down here. Let's see what they can do. But now knocking on the door about the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 on the Chase.
Various Green for the Chargers.
And that is what that man can do in space, Rob. And You know, and it bounced a couple times, and a lot of guys would have just let it keep going, and maybe the coaches wished he had, but now they wish he hadn't because he took that one to the house about 70 yards.
He had a punt return last week against the Green Wave for a touchdown. Now Green with another punt return for a touchdown here against the Storm tonight. So Chris once again will line up to go for 2. Oh, excuse me, no, they're going to kick it this time. Who is that kicking? Can't tell. Is it Sanchez or 82?
Should be.
That is Nick Sanchez. So Sanchez will attempt the extra point, and it's going to be blocked. So the extra point no good. So 42-14 now Crest leads on the Double Archie Mr. Sparky scoreboard. You're listening to high school football on WOHS.
Stovall is the other returner. I'd kick it away from him.
Yeah, I would too, but
they actually kicked it to him.
It's right in his hands. Yes,
take it at the 14, and there's a flag. We got 7 seconds off the clock before the first flag was thrown here in the second half.
Unbelievable. He was tackled. Stovall was tackled at the 35, and the penalty flag, they waved it off, I believe.
Nope, it'll be a hold on the Warriors. So
but it will be a hold?
Back them up, yep. It's pretty good coverage there by the Ironmen on that return. Stovall didn't have a lot of room, even with the hold.
Wow.
So that'll back East Gaston up.
That's 105 yards of penalties.
It's about the only thing East Gaston hasn't done right tonight
exactly.
is the penalties. Yeah. Back them up 10 yards. They'll start at their own 20 now. So one receiver for the Warriors. Sherrill will be in the shotgun. Chase Johnson, the running back, next to him. Ironman with 6 guys right on the line of scrimmage waiting for the run.
They sure are, and it will be the run.
Yeah, it's Stovall coming back the other way, though. They faked it to Johnson. Stovall's got the first. There's a stiff arm at midfield, and he breaks one for about 37 yards on first down.
Don't see a penalty nowhere.
No, don't see one on that play.
Okay.
So a medical center pharmacy first down for the Warriors. Just like that, takes the ball to the Cherryville side of the field.
That's 180 yards.
Yeah, he's coming for 200 quickly. 1st and 10, East Gaston at the Cherryville 43. Again, Sherrill in the shotgun, takes the snap. This time gives it to
Tackle
Johnson.
in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Amir Starr again.
Yes, he's had a great game.
He has. I think that's his 3rd tackle in the backfield, for a loss.
Yeah, for a loss.
He's got a little bit of a limp to him after making that play, but he's going to stay in. That was a loss of 2 there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong play. Okay.
Yeah, loss of. Now they're going to. It will be a loss of 40. Right, Danny. They back it up to the 47. So 2nd and 14 coming up.
It does have some money in it. So if you lost it and can describe it, come to the press box.
Warriors now with 2 receivers to the far side. Summy and Hole. It's a little pitch here to Stovall, who cuts up the middle, and he's got room. He's inside the 20 and brought down by Tanner Sisk at the 13, but there's 2 flags.
No, it can't be.
There's 2 flags. I think it was maybe a peel back block or something. Somebody got blown up in there right at the point of attack.
That run is going to come back.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It will be, yes.
We have a penalty against the Warriors.
Wow.
So this time the big run by Stovall is negated.
I thought he was going to take it all the way, but wow.
He almost did. That was Tanner Sisk who
Great
brought him
tackle,
down.
Yeah. Holding. 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, hold or a block in the back. Same difference, really. back them up 10 yards. It'll be 2nd and 20.
10 penalties, 115 yards assessed against the Warriors. You wouldn't think they'd have a 24-0 lead, would you?
Cherryville hasn't been too much better in the penalty category.
No.
Not as many big
Right.
penalties. Several false starts.
2nd and, well, I guess 21 yards,
Yep.
22, something like that.
Cheryl, a little shovel pass here to Stovall. He gets the edge. He's got room down the right sideline. And there's a flag. It's going to be a hold.
Wow.
Big play by Nehemiah.
Every third play.
Yeah, every play almost. That one came pretty well down the field, so East Gaston will get some yardage out of this, but not the full run. It is a hold. Hold called on the receiver on the outside there. Took his defender to the ground. I thought it looked like a pretty good block,
Yeah,
honestly, but they bring it back. I think East Gaston might be moving back a little too far here.
10-yarder.
Yeah, it's a 10-yarder, but it came way down the field, so they will still get about 12 yards out of the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 coming up. I've never seen. This is weird.
Wow.
East Gaston backed up like the call was going to be marked off from the line of scrimmage, and the Cherryville defense was way offsides. Cheryl under pressure, throws deep. Abram Avery there to make the play. Got his hand in there to break up the pass.
Great play by Abram.
Yeah, he made a good recovery there to get back and make a play on the ball.
That intended receiver was number 15.
I think it's 19, Hole. It might be 15, Peyton Parker.
It may have been.
I think it's Hole. Yeah, 19.
19, Hal, Hole.
He got behind the defense. Like I said, Avery, good recovery, good speed to
And
get
what
back
a
there.
throw there by the Stuart Kramer Storm for the touchdown.
Kamari Howes.
So Howes with the touchdown. Big reception there for Howes. And what a job by Rockmore. Rolled all the way to his right, threw across his body back to the left side of the field. Howes in the end zone for the touchdown reception.
20 yards, and I'll tell you that it was kind of a dangerous pass, and he probably could have run for the first down, but he saw Howes over there and kind of gunned it all the way across.
And that extra point's going to be up and good, so it's going to make it 42-21 now on the Noble Arky Mr. Sparky scoreboard. You're listening to high school football on WOHS.
Warriors at the Cherryville 29-yard line.
Third quarter with 8:45 left in the third. Three receivers to the near side, one to the far side, I believe.
Sherrill takes the shotgun snap. He'll hand it off to Johnson up the middle. He's slung down after a gain of 3. The ball came loose, but the officials are going to say he was down.
Who was running that back? Opening up for the Ironman.
I think that was Tobias Miller who picked it up. He's trying to go to the house, but the referees blew it dead. So they gave him about 3 yards there on, maybe 2 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 6 for the Warriors.
At the Cherryville 26. And
penalty
flag.
I believe it's going to be Ironman jumping off sides, I think.
That's what it looked like to me.
Five-yard penalty assessed against the Ironman.
That'll make it 2nd and short. Put the ball at the 21. It'll be 2nd and 3. 2nd and 2.
200 yards of penalties on both ball clubs.
Lord.
I'm serious.
I believe you. Well, it doesn't seem like we're going to slow down anytime soon either.
We're just in the early parts of the third quarter.
They've thrown 3 or 4 flags on this first drive.
They might throw one on us. We don't shut up.
They might. Hand off to Johnson up the middle. He's got the first down.
Gang tackle by a host of linemen.
Yeah, he picked up about 7 yards there. Takes it down to the Cherryville 14-yard line, but there's a player down on the field for East Gaston, so we are going to get a timeout on the field. East Gaston has it in the red zone, looking to build on a 24-0 lead. 7:54 left to play in the third quarter when we come back on WCSL.
The guys that they're using, a lot of the guys they're depending on, these are going to be guys that we're going to be talking about for hopefully many more seasons to come. And as they continue to grow, hopefully this program and this team grows, and they're going to be more competitive.
2 seasons ago, Marquise McCombs was wearing an East Rutherford uniform as a sophomore. He now has played the last 2 seasons here at Chase because of the football controversies and what happened to the varsity program. Look where he is. Think if Pinkerton or Flynn can get anywhere even halfway to what that young man is, I think they've got a lot to look forward to.
And if you
makes the reception, and he's going to be taken down at about the 25-yard line of the Storm.
It was actually pretty good coverage by Howes and Green, and it was a tremendous throw and catch right there.
You know, that's the thing. Those 2 guys are going to be fun to watch, both just juniors in this offense.
44-yard reception. And another CSI Mechanical first down, Chargers.
So Aiden Carson over to the right side now of Husky. Husky said, no, I need you back to the left. So he shifts him back to the left side over here with these 3 receivers. One to the right. He's going to hand him the football. Carson goes around to the right side. He's going to get around the corner, going to get first down yardage, it looks like. Yes, he is. So Aiden Carson with a big run. Really, maybe Aiden Carson's best game since that Freedom game, Brent.
Yeah, he picks up 12, and that's another CSI Mechanical first down. He's looked really good tonight. I had him in the first half for 81 yards, and with that 12-yard run, he's over 90 now.
So Husky gets the call. We got a flag, stoppage of play. Come from the backside. Let's see what the call is. False start against the Chargers, going to push them back 5. So 1st and 15 now for Crest.
Where's that, 18-yard line?
About the 18-yard line. So the ball at the 18, 1st and 15 for Crest. They can't get a first down without the score.
18 at the Cherryville 18-yard line. 4 receivers in the formation. Sherrill looking to throw. Has it to Hole. He slips a tackle, and he's down inside the 10. Good run after the catch there. Looks like he'll be down at the 7. Give him 11 yards on the completion.
Good pickup. That's his 3rd catch for 22 yards.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 4 here at the 8. The Ironman held in this situation early in the ball game, forced a field goal.
Stovall's going to get the ball.
They do pitch it to him. Stovall trying to cut up the field. He's met inside the 5. But a flag comes in. Think it might be a horse collar or something along those lines.
It's going to be called on, I'm guessing, on the Cherryville Ironman.
Yeah, it looks like a flag on the tackle. Stovall was hit right at the line to gain.
Yeah, he was hit hard.
It is a face mask call against Cherryville.
Half the distance.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Okay, Matt, give me some, average that out there on the penalties there.
Maybe
you got
2 yards.
Half the distance to go.
Yeah,
2 yards.
Maybe
okay.
2 yards.
Still a penalty, though.
It still counts. So 1st and goal. Sherrill in the shotgun.
Snowball gets it, Matt.
They're going to.
No, it's the quarterback keeper.
Trent Sherrill's going to keep it himself, and he walks into the end zone. A John Brown All-State touchdown. The Warriors eat up half the clock here on the first drive of the third quarter. and they punch it in, a 2-yard touchdown run by Trent Sherrill. And East Gaston again going to keep the offense out there, go for 2.
That's only Sherrill's second carry, Matt.
Yeah, haven't needed him to run it too much. This will be the third 2-point attempt for the Warriors tonight. They are 1 for 2 so far. Sherrill takes the shotgun snap, hands it to Stovall up the middle, and he converts. So the East Gaston Warriors extend the lead to 32-0 on the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 5:47 left to play in the third quarter when we come back here on WCS.
Derek Mitchell out to kickoff for the Chargers. 48-21 they lead on the Milwaukee Mr. Sparky scoreboard. Mitchell puts his foot into it. This one's going to bounce, going to roll. It's going to be taken by the Storm. They get it to the 20, 25, up to the 30, still going to the 40, 45, going to be knocked down there. So nice return there.
Johnson.
Isaiah Johnson on the return.
Yep, that touchdown again, a 16-yard pass play to Ty J. Borders from Octavius Husky. That's sponsored by Numbers Tax and Bookkeeping. That Classic Ford PAT failed again. And Crest has just struggled with that this year, but they lead 48-21, Rob. And
yes, it's been pretty consistent. I mean, we're not talking on the consistent good side. So just something that they're trying to work out. Sanchez again, talk about another young player for Crest, only a sophomore. So Rockmore takes the snap. He's going to keep it. And he breaks it. He's going to pick up to the 20. Going to get to the 30. Going to be run out of bounds there. So down to about the 25, it looks like. It's a nice run there by Rockmauer.
yeah, big run there. So they square on the 25, so that's a 30-yard run. First down, CSI Mechanical first down for the Storm.
So Rockmore gets ready. He's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back again, looking to pass. There comes pressure from Crest, and he's going to be dropped in the backfield.
And that time, Dede Pettis blocked the blocker.
Yeah, I was about to say he put the offensive line his own offensive lineman right on top of him.
And Desmond Porter was right there with him to combine on that sack. So,
tell you what, Dede Pettis definitely in contention for our Homestar Financial Defensive Player of the Game.
yeah, for sure. That's a loss of 7.
Rockmore takes the snap again. Going to make a quick pass over to number 10. That is Isaiah Johnson. Maybe trying to see, did he get back to the original line of scrimmage?
I think he did, yeah.
So back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now.
Or maybe a yard shy. So.
Rockmore tries to do the hard count, and Crest stays at home. He's going to take the snap, going to roll to his right, looking downfield. Here comes pressure again from the backfield of the Chargers. Trying to tell, that's number 24.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the post. We're not in the postgame show. We're still in the Red Zone channel. Blue Devils just score again. A big score that just changed things, folks, over there in Maiden. West Lincoln scored 10 straight points to open the third quarter, went up 17-13. And then Maiden has scored 2 straight touchdowns.
Wow.
They pull away 27-17. Lincoln just threw an interception. Red Devils, with 3 minutes left in the game, up 21-15 over Lincoln. You can listen to that game on LincolnCounty.com. Final score so far, Brevard 44-6 over RS Central, Shelby 55-6 over Thomas Jefferson, and Chase 55-3 over East Rutherford. Close games going on across the area in some places. Maiden 27-17 over West Lincoln. Forest View 21-14 over Ashbrook. Maybe Jeff Miller went to that game. He can give us some stuff. Hickory comes back. It's now tied the game 22-all versus North Lincoln at home. Ford and West Iredale, both teams winless. West Iredale up 19-0. East Lincoln, Dennis, in 4 games they've given up 20 points. Tonight they've given up 7, so they're just keeping on.
They're tough on defense.
27 points in 5 games so far. This tonight against Statesville, 28-7. Mitchell, big lead, 41-7 over Owen. East Surrey, 35-6 over North Surrey. Wilkes Central and Surrey Central's in a battle, 28-21. And then other scores we don't go. West Charlotte 7-0 and West Meck was a close one. You folks looking at the scoreboard, red scores are active, black are finals. Black scores are finals on the board. For you folks checking that out. All right, we're going to pull up some highlights. Highlight time. Let's see if I can hit all the buttons right. All right, let's watch what we got so far here tonight in the highlights. Let me see if anything else has come across. Hunter Huss down 35-7 now, so that game has gotten completely out of hand. So South Point now with 35, they're pulling away on Huss. Avery County just gave up another touchdown. They led 7-0, Dennis.
Yeah,
it's 57-7. They're down. Led 7-0, and then he gave up 50 straight points. When we go through the plays on this Maiden West Lincoln game, it is going to be some weird plays describing what happened in this game. Hendersonville, 32-14 over Polk County. We're going to show some highlights of that here in just a few minutes. In fact, let's start off with highlights of that game in particular. Let me find my red zone highlights. Here we go. I want to thank Mr. Zach Huber for the highlights tonight up at Hendersonville. We'll scroll back. This may be one of the best highlights of the night, Dennis, besides Howell's run. Isaiah Bridges' run. Pass to the corner.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful.
Couldn't get much better than that. Exactly
Just laid it right in there.
Exactly how you draw it up. Great pass there, Hendersonville. That put them up 7-0. Then they took off again with another touchdown. This is the keeper and a throw. Is this the Lakers? This made it 15-0. Hendersonville on that one. Oh, that's the same play. Whoops. Sorry. Going the wrong way. These are in reverse order for some reason. I must have hit a button to play them in reverse order. All right, here is Polk County scoring from 8 yards out. Nice little nifty run for the running back. And then a kick, 3 points here for Hendersonville. This made it 18-7 at halftime. I had double the audio going right there.
Well, Kevin, I was just looking at the 3 scores that we have that are finals so far tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The losing team scored a total of 15 points.
Yeah.
The winning teams had a total of 154 points.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to look at balancing the conferences a little bit,
Well, we can talk about that here in a little bit. I've always had questions and always thought, and then people shake their heads at me when I say this, Dennis, but I've always gotten to the point of, and we talk about this all the time as far as competitiveness, and everyone says, well, you're a 2A school and you're a 2A school, and it's not about that. To me, it's about the football population.
Yeah.
A 2A school, say Shelby, has 65 people show up, and then a 3A school like North Gaston has 35 people show up. So that's what I mean by football population.
What was it you were saying earlier in the night to me, maybe off the air, about some team, they had 11 players on the field and 6 on the sideline?
Yeah, I heard one of them talking about it earlier. It wasn't me that said that, but that was one of the other broadcasters talking about exactly the situation that some of these teams end up with like that, Dennis. And you want to play football, you want to make your money, but if you want to send 17 people out there, I just don't know if. Let's say you do want to do that, but let's match them up against people with 17 people.
play some 1A schools.
Not match them against 65. And I think North Carolina. All right, so the best way I can describe it, but then again, you'll have people whining about it no matter what you do. But Dennis, in college, they have a thing called intramurals.
Yeah.
You've heard of intramural sports, right?
Yeah.
Well, in intramurals, you put yourself. They don't put you in a league.
Yeah.
So they separate it by 1A, 2A, and 3A.
Yeah.
Okay? So people goofing off and having a good time are 1A. People that are fairly decent and got some decent teams and got some decent athletes are 2A. And the people who take it serious and come out there with real good players and stuff play 3A. We should have some type of a system where that's what it is. Where, like Huss did a few years ago, they volunteered to play 3A.
Yeah, they played 3A.
They knew they couldn't have won the 2A, but they went ahead and played the 3A to stay in the same conference and play people.
Well, it was better for their gate that playing in the 3A conference,
Right.
they would play the teams
From Gastonia.
in Gastonia that would draw some people to their games.
Right. So, so how do you fix it? Is it the honor system? However you do it, but you could easily, almost, Dennis, set it up where in two separate things, say you can come out and say we're not competitive.
Yeah.
Put us the one. So you split. Let's say you split half the state. You take the teams, put half in the competitive, the other half in the uncompetitive. However you want to label them, and then you can split them up by size once you do that.
But there are
See what I
some
mean?
teams who shall remain nameless that like to win state championships, so they like to play in the little pond and be the big fish. And there are other
right.
teams that like to be the little fish in the big pond, if
Mm-hmm.
you will.
So, and that's where you're going to get people arguing about it. So that's why I've always, in the last few years, I've been really pushing the roster size instead of the school size. You're talking about letting the teams choose, but in my system, if you did a choose system, you'd say let's say we had 3As, Dennis.
Yeah.
If everybody in the 1A knows what you're getting in that, right?
Yeah.
All the 3A teams will know, hey, we want to be the best team in North Carolina, kind of like the Indiana basketball, right?
Yeah.
Then you'll have a bunch of you'll have some teams in the 2A that'll say we're good, but we don't have the bodies, and then you're going to have some people that are
Numbers, yeah.
right. You're going to have 3As. I think 3 sections. Honestly, I'd rather have like 6 or 7 and do it however you want that way and get more specific, but they're not going to do that. But if you did let's say you just did the 3. You had the 1A, 2A, and the 3A. I think that would make it way more competitive. One thing we don't need to do is these split conferences. It is just completely awful because you can't. I think that exasperates the like look in the Big South, Dennis. So there's what 2. Let's say Kings Mountain Crest every year is going to be competitive, right? But there's usually at least 1 or 2 other South Point, and either Huss or whoever else has got something going that's competitive
Ashbrook,
as well.
RSU, somebody will be competitive.
The 3 through 5 teams are competitive, and then you got 1, maybe 2. But in a 1A, 2A split conference, and then your 2As are your best teams in the state of 2A, is just awful. And you can't. There's nothing that they can do and say they can explain how they come up with that makes any sense. And I don't care what they say. And like I said, again, Dennis, the intramural thing just keeps coming back to me. Like I don't think I ever complained about losing. I played in the 2As and the 3As. I played on both levels, and some we won, some we didn't. But at no point did I ever say, like, we're just totally outmanned or we're outmanning the other teams. Like, if you've played in the 1A, you knew these. Like, you're playing soccer, so like you'd have some teams just play up 2A because they thought they were good. So we played one team, Dennis, that was nothing but soccer players.
Yeah.
They were, honest to goodness, kicking the ball. And the rest couldn't tell what was going on. So instead of trying to dribble, you reach. Instead of reach, I teach. They were kicking.
Mm.
And it took us to about halftime for the. I kept having to explain to the referee, I swear to God, I'm not dribbling off other people's feet. I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm not dribbling off anybody's foot out here. They're kicking the ball. But you get into situations like that. Some teams they're good, but they're not good at what they're supposed to be at. So it's a weird situation altogether.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, let's get through these highlights so we can finish this show off and then get to the get to the post game show. All right, so back over here. This is going to be the play of the night. We're going to let Will get on the Willustrator here in a little bit. Isaiah Bridges with a backwards pass, broken tackle, 75 yards later.
Hold it down, Will.
And he's off. You going to take that, Will?
Hey, have you eaten them wings yet?
I did.
Oh, well, you definitely have enough weight to hold that chair.
Dalen Lee with a keeper right here made it Lions 21-6. And then Lee to Isaiah Bridges with a poster right down the middle for the touchdown. I made it 28-6, 35-6. Bryson Key around the right side, punched it in. 42-6. Bridges with another touchdown. He had himself a night out there. Bridges for his fourth touchdown made it 49-6. Dalen Lee steps up in the pocket, good protection, rolls and right. He's got all day long, and Bridges. You can't defend any wide receiver for more than 5 seconds. That's just about impossible. Backups in the ball game. Jalen Tate finishes it off 55-6. The Shelby Golden Lions. Will, I don't know if you knew this, but they trailed after the first quarter, 6-0, 6-0, and then they went on a 55-0 straight scoring. But after a quarter, halftime is 14-6. Will, 14-6 at halftime.
A little slow start.
What's going on there?
What do you want me to say?
That's weird, isn't it? That's what
The
I
final-
want to say. I'm gonna send you a paycheck next week. Say something.
The final score. Oh, are we getting paid by the word now?
Well, I'm gonna talk a whole bunch if we get paid by the word. Hey, everybody, how you doing?
Yeah, but do.
Well, Will, we're going through the highlights right now. This is Rebels going up 17-13. Let me get back all the way through it. The folks at home. I know the Red Zone channel. We're trying to show you. We showed you some of these. We'll start where we showed you at halftime. We'll start after halftime. Let's go. This is the Wolves taking the lead, 8-7 over Newton. That's what we missed that one. That's what that was. Go back.
Show him that Bridges touchdown from the show.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that in the post game show. That's gonna be a nomination for play of the night. Will he got?
Did we do a play of the week last week?
I
didn't.
can't remember if we did last week or not. Field goal made it 13-10. West Lincoln up at Maiden. Newton Conover right here punches it in. This made it 21-8 over the Wolves over in Lincoln right now. Tom's Denafani and David Potter over there doing that game tonight.
Say you in there. Let's go.
Somebody's mama's on.
Somebody mama rooting hard.
Holmes with a bunch of touchdown passes tonight. He might have tied the record again. This one made it 36-0.
Oh, wow.
45 yards. Jameer Holmes, 2-point conversion, good. Now, here's some highlights we have not seen. This is Mason Avery giving the Rebels the lead, 17-13.
Mr. Football.
Doing what he does.
Well, I want to show you something. I want you to see somebody right here at the very last second. What are these guys doing? They sit there in the lawn chairs, a foot and a half off the back of the end zone, hanging out. Where do you get those tickets from? They sell those?
Well.
You got to know
somebody. You got to know somebody.
Now, I've seen a ton of people standing on the sidelines. I ain't never seen people sitting
with the
right
lawn
off
chair.
the line in their lawn chair.
Unless they had a camera.
Yeah,
You know.
doing something. They're just straight chilling.
They're about 5 yards back. Well, that dotted line is 5 yards out of the end zone. Yeah, so they're about 7 yards
I ain't
out.
never seen that. All right, here's this is Holmes with the option off the running back's face. And this is how Highland Tech scored. The scoop and the score made it 36-6. Rams with their first and only touchdown of the night. Good pitch. The pitch was good. Pitch him in the hands and the face, I think, Will.
It looked like he flipped it.
I don't think the
He looked like he flipped it up.
I think the running back was quite ready.
Oh.
Catch it.
He said, you pitched me the ball.
Well, in the huddle after that. So I hit you in the hands right between the eyes. Is that a bad spot? Did you suggest somewhere else I aim? This is Maiden making it 20-17. They keep going to Culliver. Oh, the goalpost made a great block.
Block the play there.
Well, there's the play of the night, Will. Right about.
That's a beautiful catch, folks.
Our poor camera guy got caught right behind the post.
Bad positioning.
All right, this Big Wolves touchdown. They cut it to 21-15 with 10 minutes left to go in the game. Pushing a pile, that's a penalty. Says who? What's that guy talking about? Here's an 80-yard touchdown
I think you can push now. Oh, you can't pull.
Yeah.
You can't grab him and go in reverse.
Okay.
But you can push from behind.
Years and years ago, we had a touchdown against Shelby called back because they thought Roy Kirby was, when he was playing, aided the runner somehow.
Right.
And they canceled the touchdown, and Shelby ended up winning.
What's this read? Pick six by Bessemer here, Will. They try to run a little bubble screen out, and the corner just eats it. The slot corner eats this up. Oh, y'all ain't doing that to me. See ya. See ya.
Listen, but that's the quarterback's fault. He had to see him sitting there. There's no way he didn't see that kid sitting there. He's right there in the passing lane. Why it sound like I sound?
He did. I don't know.
What y'all do to my mic? Why I sound like I sound?
You sound fine. I just don't.
Well,
you were on. You just couldn't hear
That's
yourself.
why I sound like I sound, because I couldn't hear myself.
All right, here's Rockmore cuts at 42-21. Nice little pass here and throw back against his body to the other corner. You don't see that much. Roll right, throw it to the left corner.
Yeah, I was listening. So Robbie made the call on that when he's throwing across his body. It's a bad decision. Oh, touchdown.
Look at that. That is a terrible decision. But he was open. That was a good decision. Husky, nice little play. 15 was wide open. Who is that? Do you know who that is?
Nobody on him. I think everybody was scared of six. Everybody was going.
Stepped up. Whoever's in the shallow part right there.
Yeah, everybody went to six.
Another pick six for Bessemer. This time Randall
Good reason
Pettis.
to go to six, too. It's a good reason to try to cover six.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what happens when you cover six.
That's a bad pass.
Yeah. These other guys get open. Addison or somebody else shows up,
Yeah.
Well, dang, Will, did you just see that?
That is pretty doggone good right there.
He just picked it and then ran through like two people.
He ran through a crowd.
Let's see if we can get this or not on this corner. Here it is. High pass, safety.
Jumps up, grabs it.
Get off me.
Get off me.
Get off me.
You.
Get off me.
They tackled each other, and that last attempt was, oh, wow. That last attempt was horrible.
Nick Chubb had a 8-yard run last night, and he about scored. The two people that hit him the hardest on the run
were his own people.
Were his own players. A lineman trying to kick out tripped and caught his feet and about knocked him off his feet. And then the wide receiver trying to block downfield just straight tackled him from behind. He got hit twice in that whole play, and it was by two Browns. Here's a big interception for the Red Devils. Up 21-15 with 3 minutes to go. Quarterback let it fly. Corner come back and caught that. Good play. Good read.
Red Devils.
We got Red Devils, Blue Devils, Maroon Devils. There's Culliver again. Touchdown. Winnick couldn't make the tackle there. And those guys, let's go back to them. Who are they pulling for? They don't even move. Watch them.
I have no idea who those guys are.
This guy's the blue.
He
ain't even looking at the touchdown 3 feet in front of him.
He looking at the other side of the field.
That's what I'm saying. What are they doing?
See that cheerleader over there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys, and not a single one of them put their hands up, make a motion.
Nobody.
What are they doing?
Listen, look at these three guys standing over here to the left. They're not even celebrating. They're like,
they've got crates to sit on. They didn't even bring chairs. They got milk crates. But my thing is, look, is that not weird? Nobody reacted. Like, hey guys, there was a football player right here. Are they just waiting to mow the grass or something? Pick up the pylons?
I guess that's the field crew.
He moved.
They're going to roll out the top for the rain delay.
Blue Devils win. Final in Maiden.
Oh, Lord.
27-17 over the Rebels.
Terry Reinhardt will
Is,
not be
is
happy.
Terry Reinhardt on suicide watch right now?
I don't know. That's 3. Thought they had revenge. K. Davis made it 55-3. Touchdown Wolves. No time left. Kick is good. 22-21. Wolves win.
Wolves
win. Here's
Wolves
the kick.
win.
Oh, here's the touchdown. The kick was good for the win. Throw up the hands. Let's see the crowd go wild. Let's see the score. Did he score? There it is. And the crowd goes wild. All right, folks. We're going to have the final scores and more here in just a few minutes on KTC Broadcasting. I want to thank you for tuning into the Red Zone channel tonight, brought to you by Fats Cafe and WhatsUpShopper.com. We've had some good food. We're going to be back in just a few minutes, folks. About 10:05. Come right back at 10:05 here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Hey, where's your sash at?
Oh,